You'll link me proper there, Joe? Appreciate you, bud. Appreciate you. Hold on. Now, the cool thing about Fallout... the cool thing about Fallout London... We're gonna hear Baltimore's voice. Because Baltimore voice acted in this. I can't believe some of the people that I know inside of YouTube right now. I think it's just really amazing. I'm not even gonna lie, okay? But somebody I was really happy to talk to for the first time was Zach. And, well, he played Fallout London. He found some guns. And he's gonna talk about them. And Warpugs, I don't know if you've never seen Zach talk about guns. It actually startles me just how much about guns this man knows. It's actually frightening to hear how much this man knows about guns. And a little bit awe-inspiring. If I knew as much about any subject that he knows about guns, I'd have a profession in it. Which he does have a profession as a gunsmith. And now I have a cat bothering me. Of course I have a cat bothering me. What do you want, little drunk cat? Huh? You want to come up here and say hey to everybody? Okay. Yep. Oh. Fat cat. There you go. Alright. So, are you ready? You ready? Are you ready to leave me alone or anything? I know, I see her. I see her back there. Are you alive? Oh, you are alive. Okay. Are you okay? Hey. Are you dead? Okay, you're not dead. Okay, I'll put you down. There you go. Oh. Asking Zach Hazard about guns is like asking if Anakin knows about the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. Yeah, that is true. Thanks for the bits, Hobbit. She's so done. Yes, she is. Thunder, thanks for the bits, man. Guys, what are you doing? What is that? I don't even know. Look at this. This is my life, Warpugs. When do we get Yoda's lecture of... Yeah, this is my life. Like, for some reason, and I'm not even gonna lie, for some really ridiculous reason, there are, like, none of these cats are mine except for the war crime cat, okay? None of these cats are mine. The rabbit is supposed to be my wife's. That's supposed to be my mother-in-law's. There's 2 other cats in this house. Neither one of them are mine, but they all spend time in my office. Like, they're all in my office all the time. I'm waiting for the little terror to come around. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting for the little terror. Guys, let's get back to it. I am a crazy old cat man, and I didn't intend to be. That's the thing. I don't surround myself with them, and I don't pick little fuzzy outfits. I know. What do you want? Yeah, the office is in a hairy situation. Dude, that's why I had the vacuum cleaner attached back there, because I had to vacuum up all the cat hair. I want to go upstairs and get Peppy. I really do. I do, Slacker. I 100% do. You got rid of all the bean... I got rid of all the bean videos off of YouTube. Unfortunately, Cold Bean died. And... yeah, it's kind of sad. It just is what it is. It happened. It is what it is. Guys, we're going to get into this. Mikeburnfire. Mikeburnfire. In London. After all the distractions, let's get started. Maybe we'll hear Baltimore. Let's go.
Hi, Johnny.
Oh,
Hi.
wait, Johnny! Can I have that Brent gun, please?
Please let me have that brand gun. Fine, I'll go deal with it myself.
All right.
Go deal with it.
I need a brand gun, Johnny. You don't understand. I need a 303 fully automatic, top magazine fed light machine gun.
You can take any firearm at this point, but yeah, starting off with the
I
brand
need
gun.
a gun. I can't use a frickin' knife anymore. I hate it. Well, this
You got a license for that?
is definitely an option.
Yes.
It's a musket. It's a tiny little blunderbuss pistol.
Yeah, it's a flintlock pistol.
Yep.
You'll have to tell me more about it in detail once we're out of the radiation.
Well, I don't really know much about black powder guns, unfortunately.
I guess
can
you don't
tell
see
you
them very
that-
often. No.
I can shoot this guy with. Oh God, the reload. Hang on, no,
Yeah.
leave me alone, leave me alone. It's not fair.
There you go.
It's not fair. It's not fair. Hang on. You're cheating. I wasn't ready.
Oh my
I
god.
gotta-
My
understand.
God.
All right, gotta close that. Get that fully cocked. There we go. All right. Now I can tell you guys.
There you go.
Oh, hang on. No, I'm not ready. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Yeah, the weapon does seem effective.
I mean, I'm just shooting a soft lead ball into their face, so
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I would presume that it's somewhat effective.
You're just describing
Somewhat.
how bullets work.
No. This is a very soft lead ball. Hi.
Oh!
I am disappointed that whenever I fire it, I'm immediately blinded by the giant cloud of mushy peas.
Mushy
Blinded
peas.
by the
Very British.
giant cloud of mushy peas. All right, let me look at this piece of crap gun that I found.
The tactical hair trigger Crude gun.
What?
That's got like a muffler for a handguard.
It's like a heat shield. Yeah, honestly, this looks better than the pipe weapons in the base game.
It's not awful.
I think this is more of a functional firearm than the pipe weapons in the base game.
Yeah, I don't think I could do better.
Okay.
Still not ideal, but
Oh, no wonder I wasn't hitting anything. Look at how big that barrel diameter is for a 32 ACP.
jeez, bullets are rattling around through the end.
It's just bouncing down the sides of the barrel as it leaves.
Little party.
It's weird because like the easiest way to do this would just be to make a straight blowback operated open bolt firearm.
Damage 6. Nice.
But for some reason they made it closed bolt? I don't really know why. Also, the magazine is backwards.
Nice.
You want this part that's angled going the other direction.
You would think, yeah. Maybe there's a spring down there on an angle.
Who knows?
It's weird. Wow, that would be a complicated piece of wood to make. What? This is
Yeah, a
incredibly
little bit.
complicated. Why didn't you just bolt a 2x4 to the bottom of it?
Why not?
It looks better.
In the dark.
It looks better than the Fallout 4 pipe weapons do. Because the
It
Fallout
really
4 pipe
does.
weapons make like less than 0 sense.
Right.
They're just made out of 2x4s that are bolted together.
Ha!
But it still doesn't make a ton of sense. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of goofy. The receiver, the way it's a tube with 2 flats, like welded to it, is reminiscent of a lot of tube submachine guns. But I don't fully understand why it's not just an open bolt submachine gun.
Huh.
Like, you could have just copied a Sten gun. That would have been the easiest thing to do.
Well, maybe they didn't have the schematics for that.
Would have been easy
Did they have a license for that?
to just copy a Sten gun. But, alright. Well, this one has the best optic on it, so I guess this is the one I'm going to continue using.
Yay!
This one has an optic that is actually usable, as opposed to, a tube with nails in it.
That's usable, but not ideal.
That's not even usable, man. That's just literally a tube with nails in it. An aluminum.
If it's stupid, but works, is it still stupid?
Give it. Mine. Oh my god, it's an EM2.
Hey, look, it's a bullpup.
Oh my god, it's an EM2 bullpup.
Yeah, you were speculating there might be some of those floating around.
Oh, hell yes.
Nice.
I cannot even tell you how excited I am about this.
The sight's not looking the best.
I don't know a lot about the optic. From what I've heard, it wasn't the best. So the EM2
Is someone getting the best of you?
is, if I recall correctly, a flapper lock gun, which is kind of like a roller lock gun. Basically, there's 2 pieces of metal that extend outward that lock into the receiver that hold the bolt in battery until the pressure is low enough that the 2 flaps like retract into the bolt and then the bolt can move backwards.
Sounds a
Okay.
little complex.
It's somewhat derived from the FG-42. This rifle was basically made post-World War II.
Uh-huh.
The reason it didn't really get adopted is because basically at the same time that the British military was trialing this rifle, the United States was pushing for a standard cartridge for NATO.
The 5.56 eventually is what they settled on.
Right.
That was way later. This is
Okay.
the 1950s.
Oh.
All right.
The cartridge they settled on at that time was 7.62 by 51 NATO. And basically the US government was like,
You can't have it be in 280 caliber. That bullet's way too small. It won't work for anything. It needs to be in a man's caliber, which is 7.62 by 51.
so yeah.
Man's caliber.
The US threw a bitch fit that the British were testing out an intermediate cartridge. Basically, the US forced the United Kingdom to drop this gun, even though, by all accounts, the gun was actually pretty good. It still needed some more work done to it,
Yeah.
but it was actually working decently well, and the 280 caliber would have actually been a really good idea. Interestingly, they also put a little tiny magnified optic on it, which, to get off on a very slight side tangent, I'll keep it incredibly brief. The
Okay.
US government spent an incredibly long period of time and entirely too much money
That doesn't sound like us at all.
trying to figure out how to increase the hit probability of the average soldier by doing all kinds of goofy stuff like, what if we stack 2 bullets on top of each other inside the shell casing? Or what if we have a gun that shoots tiny, tiny darts called flechettes?
Ah.
Or what if we made a gun that has like a hyperfire feature that's incredibly complicated and does a burst? And what they eventually settled on is, oh yeah, if you just slap a 4-power optic on top of the gun, that makes the soldier a lot more accurate.
Who would have thunk it? Who would have thought, guys? You know, who would have even guessed? You know, at all. Period. Ever.
Is that all it takes?
And you could have him play CSGO.
Yeah, literally, just put an optic on the gun. It makes soldiers way more accurate.
Really?
Alright.
That's it. Yeah, one of the things I absolutely love about this gun is it like screams 1950s technology to me because it's flapper lock, but then it's got this intricate wood handguard that's made out of 2 separate pieces of wood, a wood pistol grip, and then this wood extrude. It's not an extrusion, but it looks like it should be an extrusion of wood for the rear stock. I love how this thing is designed. It's so cool.
That's pretty neat looking.
It is
It nice.
You cannot shoot this gun left-handed because there are no left-handed people in the British military.
Of course not.
Well, you can fire it left-handed, but
No, you can't.
why not?
You will end up eating all of the brass. It will go directly into your mouth.
Hungry? Why wait?
Oh, I see. Your cheek would be right there.
Where your
Ooh.
cheek is supposed to go is like right about somewhere on this piece of wood back here.
I see.
Nice.
You're probably gonna end up eating all of the brass
Yeah.
if you try to fire this.
Even if you try to hip fire it, it's gonna
You will
shoot up and
lose.
hit you in the face.
You will lose some teeth.
Not really a problem if you're in 1950s Britain.
toothless.
You know, we found a 280 caliber earlier, so I don't know why this gun isn't in 280.
Somebody rechambered it, and you have a workbench nearby, so you can fix that.
Oh!
Fuse 455 round. Am I gonna find a Webley?
Of course.
Am
Maybe.
I gonna
Oh.
find a Webley at some point?
You might.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, it's so weird with a.
Aim point sight?
It's so weird with a pick rail and then an optic on it. Oh. Oh, that's weird.
Yay.
I know that it shouldn't have a Trijicon SRS-02 on there. Like, I know it shouldn't. We're gonna pretend this is the optic on the EM2, okay?
Okay.
That's what we're doing. We're
All
pretending.
right.
We're pretending. I
Alright, kids, we're gonna sit back and play pretend now.
know it isn't. You know it isn't. I
Yeah,
know it
no,
isn't.
it's fine.
We all understand there should be a carry handle under it, but because I don't like how that optic works, we're gonna put the Trijicon SRS-02 on there, and it's fine because the Trijicon SRS-02 is also obsolete as hell. So it's okay. I put an obsolete as hell optic on top of an obsolete as hell rifle. Everything's fine.
Okay.
All good.
Yeah, slap a bayonet
Sweet.
on there, and it'll be fine.
I don't know if there's a bayonet lug on this gun. Oh, okay, it does. It does.
Wow.
It's not in this. Right in front of the wood handguard, there's a little lug right there that you attach the bayonet to.
Uh-huh.
So yes, there would normally be a bayonet lug on.
But we have traded in the bayonet for a sight. A red dot sight.
Yay!
Also, this little tab that's in front of the trigger, that is the safety.
Oh.
It moves backwards and goes into the trigger guard. So when you want to fire the rifle, if you stick your finger into the trigger guard and there's a piece of metal blocking it, that means the safety's engaged.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really, God, this
No idea, Cole. No idea how he knows this stuff. I just don't know, okay? I have no idea how he knows half the things that he just rattles off about this stuff. It blows my mind how much he knows about weapons.
rifle's so freaking cool. I am surprised that I found this before I found a Lee Enfield rifle.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised about that.
It does seem like there wouldn't be very many of these if they weren't mass-produced because America slapped their wrist.
Maybe this is like an alternate history where the United Kingdom adopted the EM2.
Maybe.
Yes.
But for some reason, they had to adopt it in 303, which again doesn't make much sense because rimmed cartridges don't really play well with automatic weapons. Can I modify one of these? Oh, shit, you can. You can turn it into a whole rifle.
Are you kidding?
I can turn it into a what?
Oh,
A long laser
What?
rifle? What?
That's not how a black powder rifle works.
Or do it?
Turn it into a blunderbuss?
do it!
Fires junk items. Oh,
Yes!
I like the sound of that.
Fire a teddy bear at Mach fuck.
Loading your shotgun with a
What in the hell is that? What is this supposed to be?
teddy bear. Yeah.
Look, I can make the revolver have literally no barrel.
What? How does that even work? Is
like
this
a
even safe? Yeah, I want to know.
like a pepper box.
Extreme damage. Eh.
We'll leave the standard barrel on there. We'll leave the standard barrel on
No,
there.
put the no barrel on it. I want to see the gun explode in your hands.
Yeah.
Then I have no range. It's literally melee
11.
has more range than that will. Oh, but I want to put.
Exceptional sighted accuracy. What the hell is even that?
Well, that's kind of fun.
What are you doing with that?
Put a little compensator on there.
A comp. What?
Put a bayonet on there for no reason whatsoever.
Why
Put a
not?
bayonet on that, but not the EM2, huh?
Oh, a longsword.
I found an EM2. It's like one of my dream guns. It's one of the guns that I would be happy getting an airsoft version of it. Because I know I'll never actually be able to get a real one. And at least then I can like put it on the wall and it'll look cool.
Yeah.
Same thing with the G11. I want a G11, but I'll never actually be able to get one. They don't even make an airsoft version of it.
They can't make airsoft versions of every firearm.
No.
Should.
Oh, you got some Trounds. Trank rounds?
38T round?
Tranquilizer rounds?
Trounds.
The Tround pistol.
What? My guy, did you oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay.
He really just handed me. Oh my god, you just gave me a Tround pistol?
What is that monstrosity?
Is that not a tranquilizer gun?
Whoa, I can't believe this is what you get. Bullet Tooth, come here. I'm gonna kiss you. Bullet Tooth.
Look out, Tony,
Okay.
here comes the tongue!
I'm amazed that this is what he gave me. Oh my god, it's actually Dardic Trounds.
Not a round.
Which is a triangular round.
That's
Wait.
odd.
What? That sounds utterly stupid.
They're shaped like a little triangle. A
Uh-huh.
round-edged triangle. And the reason for that is because they can stack on top of each other better. They fit together like little triangles instead of when you stack a bunch of cylinders on top of each other, there's just gaps in between each one.
Yeah.
It means that they can stack together. The case is a thing that was called Fortiflex, as it says here, which is a type of plastic. It was such an interesting concept. I don't want to call it caseless, because it's not. It's not caseless.
It seems like it would be if it's all triangles.
No, because caseless would mean that the thing would have to be it's embedded in a brick of explosives, but it isn't, because the little plastic Tround case comes out of the gun after you fire it. It was a really interesting idea. As far as I know, really the only ones that got made were like 38 special. There were plans to make them in like a machine gun that fed from Trounds. They're so weird, and I want to get a Tround at some point. Not even a gun that fires it, because they're almost impossible to find. I just want one Tround.
The novelty bullet.
Just to collect it. All right. I'm not even a cartridge collector. I just want a Tround.
Okay.
I can't believe this guy gave me a Tround pistol. I can't believe it.
You got it, all right.
That looks... I don't know what you're trying to do with that thing. Shoot it or take somebody's temperature with it.
I was really hoping he was going to give me an Enfield, but I'll take a Tround revolver. If I recall correctly, you push this little button on the side of the gun and it opens a tiny door, right?
Okay.
And then you basically pop the rounds into it one at a time, or use a goofy, not a stripper clip, but kind of, to just thumb all the rounds into the gun. And then when it fires, the cylinder rotates and the shell casing goes out the side of the gun. It's so weird, and it's like the body of it is made out of sheet metal. It looks like a fucking hair dryer. Oh, that's not supposed to happen.
What in the name of all that was orky did I just witness?
That's not supposed to happen.
I imagine not, yeah.
Ignore
that. Just blew everything that I was about to say out.
For a revolver, and because this is technically a revolver, that's why I just did that thing. But you got to see what the Tround looks like when it did that.
Yay!
It's such a weird, goofy gun. And again, it's like weird 1950s technology, and I love it.
They even have a Tround round on the carrying handle on the
they put that iconography on everything.
Nice.
They're really proud of it.
Mike's Red Hot. I put that shit on everything. I want to hear about the funny round. Let's go.
We need to go to a workbench so I can fix this, because
modify the Tround pistol.
For some reason,
I'm sitting here looking at the Tround pistol. I'm looking at the Tround pistol. They pop in and bring up that fucking ship.
It's missing a front sight, so I can't really aim it. I'm gonna.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Did you see the little Tround fly out of there? Here, I'll do one more.
You gotta give me some warning. I didn't know you were gonna fire it.
All right, ready? We're gonna fire it
I saw
again.
a butterfly. I was staring at it.
Yeah.
Come out of the gun. Ready? Boop, there it goes.
I didn't say it. It moved too fast.
Dude, it sounds like a nail gun.
I'm gonna reload it.
Oh my.
That was silly.
Ah, I know, isn't it so goofy? It's so goofy. It looks like a hairdryer and it shoots triangular. But it shoots triangular shell casings.
Looks like you shoved a bunch of candy in it.
Yay!
That's so goofy.
Pez dispenser.
We found 2 weird guns today. 2 weird guns that I never thought I was ever going to see in a million years.
Yay!
Night vision crude rifle.
What?
Oh God, what is this?
It's a pipe rifle. Crude indeed.
What?
That is a pipe from a fucking...
Why does it look like it's a Soviet-era bolt-action anti-material rifle?
Because it probably is better than a Soviet-era bolt-action anti-tank rifle.
That's pretty cool looking, though.
It's got a suppressor on it. Okay, all right. What? What?
And it's scoped.
The suppressor needs to. The scope needs to come off.
I mean.
Oh my God! It's actually a single shot.
Oh.
Shot suppressed scoped Soviet rifle.
Okay.
Well, it's clearly it's made here. All right, this thing is weird. We got 2 things to modify now.
Go for it.
The Tround pistol.
Yes.
Standard receiver, light frame, heavy duty. Okay.
All different frames.
Short barrel, long barrel, cut.
What the fuck is that? That kind of defeats the whole damn purpose, does it not?
Oh yeah, that's right. This was one of the things that you could do to the Dardic pistol is you could change the barrel on it and turn it into a carbine.
You're kidding!
Okay.
Yeah.
That is so crazy.
Yep. Yeah, you kind of need sights to be able to see.
Some kind of sights. Which ones you gonna go for?
Well, the standard sights apparently,
If you're a loser.
it doesn't have a rear sight. You're just aiming across the. You see how like how there's like a
no rear
seam?
sight. Yeah.
You see how there's a seam of the two
Wow.
halves of the clamshell that are put together? You're just aiming down like that seam. So I would like to actually have a rear sight and be able to aim. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Why is it putting a PU scope on
A
it?
night vision scope.
Yeah, Hannibal, you're not kidding.
Ignition muzzle.
What?
Fire to projectiles.
I'm not getting through this tonight.
I might also be a fan of the Tround pistol.
I don't know.
That might be kind of fun. There we go. Now I have sights. Now I can
Yeah.
actually aim.
Looks pretty good that way. Yeah. Nice.
Hey.
That's great. All right.
Yeah,
so
that is
now
better.
we need to modify.
Wait, electrified police truncheon?
The
Nice.
thing you just picked up.
Yeah, the goofy night vision crude rifle. I don't want changing
Dragon's
average shotgun
breath?
shells with a capacity of 3 adds. Oh my god.
That's fire damage.
One of the funniest things I ever saw was a person that sit there was looking for advice on how to put out a forest fire that he started because he literally made. Yeah, they broke my mind. It happens. It happens. It's not that hard to do because I am an idiot.
Apparently, you can change it to a high explosive 50.
There's a lot of fun stuff we can do with this thing.
Oh, you can put a magazine in it. I kind of like the stub barrel.
Or a
Jesus Christ.
long barrel.
The longest boy.
I like
Yes.
that. Silly.
I want the stub barrel.
There you go.
That's cool. That's the cool paint. That's cool.
I like it. Makes me hungry for Christmas cookies.
Yay.
Change the burlap wrappings on it.
Oh my god, it does. It does look like fruitcake, does it not?
You can make it blue tape.
Hey, make an electrical tape.
There you
A
go.
crude suppressed rifle. Why is this the cool paint?
Yeah, it's
Dude, the Tuscan guns from Star Wars are a different matter.
pretty cool.
I can't wait for him to find an ink field because that's what they made the Jawa weapons out of.
It's not that cool.
It's not that bad.
I didn't realize until right this second, but where's the rear sight on this?
Yeah, there's not much there.
I'm kind of missing a thing to line up. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to use this.
Just use your best guess.
He's just pointing the pointy and the thing down there, love. You'll be fine.
We're clearing out Bromley Hardware Store.
Okay.
Before we go kill a captain from the dogs.
Yes.
You know what? We'll go do that first. We'll try out our new things that we got. We'll make sure that this body armor is capable of shrugging off a couple hits, and we'll.
Yeah, we'll test out these weapons on some lowlifes before we use them to assassinate a captain.
They'll be
There you
totally
go.
intimidated by my thing that looks like Play School Baby's first gun that has a fake kill count engraved on it. Every time I scroll past the crude rifle,
Yeah.
for a split second, my brain thinks it's a PTRD rifle.
And you get excited briefly?
Well, it's a single
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
shot anti-tank rifle that the Russians used in World War II. And every time I scroll past it, I think that's what it is, and I'm like, oh, it's just a crude rifle.
So you get excited about that.
I feel like they did. Oh my god. No, they actually.
Real quick though, look at the face in the background. What happened to this guy?
Looking at it, they 100% based the crude rifle off.
It
of
does.
A PTRD.
It looks like a PTRD. And don't ask me how I know what a PTRD is. I played way too many World War II games, Heroes and Generals, just saying.
There's a bulge right here where the chamber is.
Why are you looking at my bulge?
Same thing on the PTRD. There's a plate right there that you rest your cheek on. Same thing on the PTRD. On the right-hand side of the gun.
Yes, and if you rest your cheek on that, good luck. Good luck, you're not going to need a lot of dentistry work done.
There is a plate with a hole in it. I don't know what the purpose of the plate with the hole in it is.
For protection and to make it go faster.
I don't know what the purpose of the plate with the hole in it is, but that is literally on the Yeah, so this is just 100% a PTRD with a wooden handguard added to it, and then an extra plate or something.
Is the PTRD also crudely made out of pipe?
Soviet era, yes.
I mean, it might as well be. This is 100% based off of a PTRD. I don't know why I didn't realize that before. Burr-4.
Very often.
The PTR
Yeah,
41.
we do English here.
And if I said PTRS 41 earlier, it's because they're literally the exact. They're not the exact same. The names are exactly the same, with the exception of one letter.
Okay.
The PTRD is a single-shot, bolt-action, quote-unquote, anti-tank rifle that was designed during World War II. It fires a 14.5 by 114 millimeter cartridge. To give you an idea of how fuck-off huge that is, 50 BMG that the M2 fires is 12.7 by 99 millimeters. This is 14.5 by 114.
So hold on a second. Just gonna point something out to you guys. If you look up there, right up at the next to that rock right there, that is 50. That is the shell casing of 50 BMG. Okay, that is the shell casing of a 50 BMG, right there. Okay, just saying. That's how big it is. Just saying.
It's 18 times bigger.
It's, I don't know.
Kentucky Ballistics, he probably will own a PTRD at one point. He already has two. He already has a Sotham and something else that I can't remember.
I don't know if that number is correct or not because I can't do math. But
Neither do I.
It is bigger. The PTRD and PTRS are both from World War II. They really were only able to penetrate.
Yeah, he's got a
very
20
early
millimeter
tank armor, like 1930s tank armor.
Yes, I did see Logan Paul being knocked out. It was satisfying, like a Snickers.
So like once they started getting used in the war, they weren't really good for tanks.
It's something when you fight
Generally,
somebody
what they ended
that's
up using
not
it for,
60-something
if I
years
recall
old.
correctly, was pretty much just an anti-material rifle. You shoot it at like jeeps or pillboxes
Or people if they get in the way.
machine gun emplacements or just anything that you want to get rid of that normal infantry fire won't be enough for it.
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
onto the sun, so I start shooting at the sun.
That's really hard to hit the sun.
Just don't lead it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, the PTRD was designed by Degtyarev, who designed a bunch of other guns.
Are these all Russian weapons?
Yeah.
Watching Logan Paul, watching Jake Paul box in that match was like watching a therapy session for the amount of times that, Jake was hugging that guy. I'm just saying.
Okay.
The PTRS 41 is another 14.5 by 114 millimeter rifle.
Jesus.
It was, again, designed to be used as an anti-tank rifle. And it was designed by Semenov. You might know better as the designer of the SKS rifle.
I have no idea who that is.
Which is really funny because the PTRS 41 is basically an SKS, but big.
Oh, okay.
Literally, when he designed the SKS, which is a small infantry carbine, it was small for the 1950s. He just took the PTRS 41 and made it small to make the SKS.
Okay.
Which is really funny to me. It would be kind of like if John Browning was told to design an infantry rifle, and then he took the Browning M2 machine gun and made it smaller and added a pistol grip to it. Just like,
I can actually see John fucking Browning doing that too. That's the bad thing.
you just play that same song.
Why fix what's not broken?
I'm not saying that he was a bad weapons designer. It's just really funny to me that the PTRS 41 is quite literally a gigantic SKS. Yeah, I cannot believe I just realized that this is based off of the PTRD.
Well, now that you know that it is, are you more inclined to use it?
No, maybe if it was in 14.5. Oh! You have a Webley Fosbury!
Oh!
Not just a normal Webley, it's a Webley and a service. Oh my god!
We'll have to come back once we've got tickets.
Well, I'm buying the service rifle. I don't have enough money to be buying everything. I need to keep some of it. And there's a. And you have.
What is that?
And a stun gun?
I should
Hey!
have bought the Lee Enfield.
No.
I should have saved money and I should have bought the suppressed submachine gun.
You can sell
Lee
your beer
Enfield.
bottles.
Ah, yes, we've seen one of those before.
Yes, if you're wondering, if you've ever watched Star Wars and wondered where they based some of the weapons off of, the Lee Enfield, they basically chopped the barrel off of it and added a whole bunch of pipes, and that is the weapon that Jawas use.
For several, in fact.
Yeah. Bolt action, 303 British. Very, very long serving.
The military, you mean?
Yeah. this thing was still in service with a branch of the military as of 2022, I think. There was still a military organization using these.
Right. So, they must be very reliable.
Yeah, they work incredibly well.
Rifle just punches through everyone.
Yeah,
Yikes!
it fires exploding bullets, remember?
I don't remember it.
Yeah, I turned my Lee Enfield into a grenade launcher.
Wait,
I don't
what?
remember that.
I turned my Lee Enfield into a direct fire grenade launcher.
Between that and the bleeding shotgun,
Bolt gun, brother.
I don't think there's anything left for me to kill.
Oh, I love that sight. I love those sights.
Well, that was a little bit much.
I don't know why, but I love those
I keep
sights.
calling them radium sights, but I wanted to see what the glow sights look like.
Oh, they're
You've
so
got
nice. That is so
radium
nice.
Do you know what the point of having this giant, weird mechanism is?
No.
I don't. Is it for launching grenades?
No, it's for very fine tuning for firing at range.
Oh,
Seems like it might be more of a sportsman rifle then.
you can't hunt anything.
Not sure I'd want to use it in combat.
No, the British military at the time, and I'm sure to this day, had a long tradition of marksmanship, so they wanted all of their rifles to be very accurate. Hence the incredibly tunable rear sight.
I see.
I love the sights. I love those sights. I don't know what kind of sights that was. I don't know what kind of, I have no idea what kind of sight that was. But for some reason, it just sings to me, okay? It absolutely sings to me. I'm just saying.
I know you're happy about that. The one that's side-loaded, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
The side of it, it's a Sten gun.
Right, and-
Open bolt 9mm submachine gun
Didn't
with
you
a suppressor.
Didn't you say there's an Australian version that's top-loaded?
That's
Huh.
the Owen.
Ah, okay.
Yes. I believe he talked about the Owen at one point. I believe he talked about it, and I sat there and I just stared at it for a few seconds, like, how do you even aim this thing?
Sten gun.
It's different.
Yeah.
The Owen is a different gun, but it's similar in that it's made of like pressed sheet metal.
Hooray!
Oh hell yeah!
Nice.
Why are you so excited about the Sten gun?
Because it's the
just
Sten
a
gun.
really good, reliable submachine gun. Oh, this is gonna be so good.
That's gonna make assassinating a captain so much easier!
Yay!
Okay, so you can get a bunch of different receiver. It's got the standard one. Okay, so you can do. Oh, that's dumb. There's different versions of the Sten gun. There's like the Mark 1, 2.
The foregrip is nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this thing is remarkably cheap. You can look at it and see how it's put together. This thing's the last gun, essentially. It's very cheap, very, very easy to put together, take apart, everything like that. Didn't cost them that much to build.
I forget which version has the foregrip on it. That is the stock that I would prefer to have on there, because that's actually like the good stock for the Sten gun.
As opposed to what it's got right now, which is...
The wire stock is fine, but like this is a better stock.
Yeah.
There you go.
I like that changing the fire rate is not something you have to pay for, and it doesn't change the damage of the weapon. You can see here that the ejection port...
Oh, yeah, Fox Leader, thank you. Blaster from Star Wars. So the Lee Enfield was the weapon the Jaw was used. Simply they cut the front end off of it and everything like that. The Sten gun was the blaster from Star Wars. And Laserpick says, reliable in quotations.
Just completely open, which is how this gun actually functions.
Okay. A lot of effort put into this, alright.
It reminds me of the grease gun. The M3 grease gun, which was legitimately sheet metal thrown with a whole bunch of bolts inside, and it sounded really loud and fired weapon. It was really, really cheap looking, just saying. They also used the MG42. That was the Stormtrooper rifle, I believe. There was a few rifles that the Stormtrooper used that were directly based off German weapons.
Honestly, they did a pretty good job on the animation of it. I'm just wondering if when it runs out, the bolt does go all the way forward. Neat.
Nice!
Oh shit, is this a... Oh my god. It's a Martini-Henry.
I don't know that.
So
firearm.
this is a really old black powder rifle from before...
How does he know this?
Or there were repeating rifles. They were in a caliber that was 577 by 450.
Just build a catapult.
Was the specific caliber they in, which is just a massive fuck off bullet. And
Yeah.
the original like cartridges for it were these weird hand-drawn brass foil cartridges. They look like absolute crap. I am kind of amazed that this thing is still kicking around. They did make 303 conversions for it. This one is what's called a large lever, because you pull down on that lever and that lowers the bolt, or I guess
So it's a lever action rifle.
block. Yes, but it's a single shot lever action. So you pull down on that lever and that lowers the block and ejects the empty shell, and then you put a new shell into it.
What is this, from the 1920s?
It's older than that.
Yeah,
From, like,
it's
the
way older.
1800s.
Damn!
So one of the things that they did because they didn't, before they actually started putting brass cartridges and stuff like that, was they actually sell. This was like directly after muzzle fire everything. They started selling, because originally you had the wadding, the gunpowder, everything like that, and they started putting together these little packages wrapped in this really thin paper. And then some brilliant asshole was like, oh, let me just, geez, guys, maybe we should do this and make it self-contained. I don't know why it took that long.
Oh, that sounds chunky.
Yes, it sounds very chunky.
Oh,
It would have to be with a bullet that
Oh,
size.
that's meaty.
Alright.
I'm excited about this thing.
Surprised there's not
I
more
mean-
kick.
Suppressed grip. What do you mean Chinese submachine?
For all your weapons needs, Timu's got you covered.
It's been a playground of paradise
I
for
am
you.
finding so many cool guns today.
What in
Mouse
the hell
handle
is
with a
that?
bullet attached to it, and then a weird foregrip with a vertical grip on it. I'm into it.
And
I'm
a
not.
Compressor, yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. Oh my god, I'm finding so many cool guns today. It's just
Okay,
so-
nothing so far beats when he found the Fallout 4 assault rifle. Nothing beats that.
so many cool guns. The really cool thing about the Mauser broom handle is that it is designed to go into this stock. That's what the hole is for.
The Mauser broom handle goes into
This
that stuff.
gun goes into the stock. The stock is also a holster.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about this one because I think the barrel would be too long,
Yeah,
and then you would
probably.
have to find a way to take this heat shield handguard thing
Yeah.
off.
The Pancor jackhammer. I'm sorry, that was actually his best. That was actually his best so far to me.
Who knew there'd be so many cool guns floating around London?
Huh. Who would have thought?
Oh, this is great. There are, if you look around, you can find so many weird versions of this gun, like versions where people turned it into a shotgun.
About a dog!
Oh, hey, up! Yeah, no, that's a pop. That's a pop.
By himself
Oh.
for some reason.
There you
That's
go.
not the one we need, though. We need an enforcer.
Yeah, nothing on his lapel except blood now.
Churchill had a Mauser? Didn't know that, Hannibal.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to hit him from this distance.
Do it!
I believe.
Now you hit him alright, didn't drop.
Oh. That thing sounds chonked.
In one shot, but
I mean, it should have. This thing is
I want a punt gun in one of these games.
firing a bullet that's as big in diameter as my finger is.
There you go.
alright, a little bit of cleanup here.
It's like you're firing a brick at them.
What in the world is that?
So, on this one, when you reload it, for some reason, the bolt is just teleported to the rear.
Right.
It just magically does that.
Telekinetically pull it back.
It's like Lucky Charms.
On the normal Mauser broom handle, when you fire the last round, the
Oh.
bolt gets locked to the rear, and the thing holding the bolt to the rear is the magazine follower. The moment you push down on the magazine follower, the bolt is going to try to move forwards. So, you have to reload it with stripper clips, because the stripper clip keeps the bolt retained to the rear of the gun.
How does he know all this? It just defies me.
When you push the rounds in and push the follower down.
Well, I'm glad they modified this one to use magazines then.
So I don't know if maybe the magazine-fed version, if when you pull the magazine out, that would allow the bolt to go forward. Because what's happening on this one is the bolt is far enough back that the hammer is actually holding
Anime guy,
onto
yeah.
the bolt. So when you reload this one, you're pulling back on the hammer slightly, which is relieving the tension on the bolt and allowing the bolt to go forward. I don't know if that's accurate.
You just haven't used a weapon like that before.
I haven't used the magazine
I hear you,
version
I hear you,
of the
Hannibal.
Mauser C96. I've used the clip-fed version of the Mauser C96, and yes, it does still have an internal magazine, but whatever. Also, I found a Thompson submachine gun with a... Well, that's a really stupid handguard for that Thompson.
Yeah, I don't think.
Why does it have an Uzi stock on it?
There's a lot of questions I had about it as soon as I saw this gun. I wasn't sure if I recognized it or not. I was pretty sure I was either having an aneurysm or was on severe drugs.
Mishmash, different gun parts.
Why does it have
That
the
is a
stock
Thompson.
from an Uzi on a Thompson submachine gun?
Not called ramshackle for nothing.
The bolt is
Yeah, it is
weird
ramshackle.
too. Why does the charging handle look like that?
I like the glow sights though. They're pretty cool.
It has glow
I'm
sights.
confused about the
Yeah, I
charging
love the glow
handle
sights.
and the stock.
Well, Zach, the stock is something you put in your armpit to brace for the recoil.
Uh-huh. Why isn't it the wood stock if it's a Thompson sub...
A Chinese Mauser, Hannibal, like, you cannot make a Chinese Mauser. Everybody would starve around it. That's how it would take people out.
machine gun?
Get it?
But it's not.
It's a dad joke, but it works.
Submachine gun.
That's so weird. That this is the handguard that it has, and then that's the stock it has?
Yeah,
It's not...
looks like an exhaust tube for a
It's not wrong, it's just weird that that's what they defaulted to.
Shut up,
my
Ray.
God.
You loved
Put
it.
an aim point on it.
Okay, so that aimpoint micro is way too small for that. Like, the Martini-Henry is big, but it's not that big. That's weird that those optics are like that.
It's so tiny, yeah.
What?
That's.
What?
Oh, okay.
It's a revolving shotgun.
That's...
Pretty dang cool, all right.
What is going on?
Tell me that doesn't exist. Somebody just do me a favor and tell me that's not based off a real gun. Somebody just tell me that is not based off a real gun, because that is stupid. That is really stupid. Okay? Oh yeah, that's right. Kentucky Ballistics did a video on with a shotgun revolver, and the thing broke.
I don't know what's going on.
It literally
That's the way
broke.
to do it, I get.
Oh, you put a plus sign in there, huh? What? It's a 4-shot.
Today's gun rant is brought to you by addition and subtraction.
Revolver cylinder shotgun.
That's a way to do it, I guess.
I guess.
If it's stupid and it works, it's still.
The problem is, it's stupid and it doesn't work.
Well, okay. So your sight radius is like pistol sight radius, which is dumb. Okay, spiked muzzle. I guess that's a thing you could do. The heat shield is a nice touch, but it doesn't really stick out far enough to do anything.
More of a heat conductor.
The way this works is so weird, though.
What, the 4-shot revolver?
Yeah, that's kind of goofy.
You'd think you'd want to put at least 6 bullets in there.
You would think so.
Maybe 8 you might be able to squeeze in.
Yeah, but
eight
the problem is that it's the recoil on this thing. Not the recoil. I'm an idiot. The problem is the sheer amount of like impact that you're having when you're firing a shotgun shell. It is very hard to put those kinds of advanced and I'm saying advanced. It's very hard to put anything with intricacy in a shotgun because you're looking at too heavy of a thump from it, okay? And thump is the technical term that I'm using. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. You get what you're watching me. You get what you deserve. Anyhow, that's what happened when Kentucky Ballistics was, using the shotgun. Quite literally, he was firing off the round, and the entire apparatus was breaking apart on him.
Be a bit much, but
Four is an odd number.
that's weird. That's weird.
Of course they do.
Combat shotgun. Time slows down for a moment when chambering the final round in the magazine.
That sounds annoying.
A little bit.
1, 2, 3.
All right.
Okay.
I'm glad you have that on the shotgun. Imagine you had that on like a belt-fed machine gun. You fire 50 rounds, but that 50th round gotta make it count, bam.
I found a 9mm Luger pistol.
Okay.
Yeah, the grip looks awfully square, which is a little strange, but everything else looks good on it.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the Luger.
It's a 9mm toggle lock handgun.
Hey, here's somebody else who wants to sample it out.
Man, what was I just firing 32
Wow, it sounds like a staple gun.
ACP through this thing? Holy crap, that was doing no damage. That is like the artillery carbine version.
What is that supposed to be? What is
That
that?
doesn't seem silly. I know why it looks silly, because it's got the suppressor and the stock and the drum mag.
Yeah.
And also a very long barrel with the front handguard thing.
So there was
This is an orc weapon.
a version of the Luger that was the artillery carbine version. You can think of it as an early PDW. The reason it was the artillery carbine version is because generally your artillery are not going to be frontline soldier. You don't really need the dudes operating artillery all the way on the front line with a full infantry rifle.
No, probably not, no.
Raiding
Unless you're the Russians and you decide that you're going to sit there and put, a tank chassis on your SPG, on your self-propelled guns, okay? I'm just saying.
trenches.
Nah.
So they gave them a Luger, like a pistol, but the problem with
Which
giving
is
them a pistol
stupid, by the
is
way.
The pistol is harder to be more accurate with. You have to do more training with it, and they're not as good for ranges beyond like 50 meters.
Mm-hmm.
Anything beyond that, you got to really, really train with a pistol.
You're not going to be in a lot of frontline combat, so here, take this pistol. Oh, it's not very accurate. Here, have a stock and a longer barrel and a drum mag.
The thing was, the Luger, much like the
And a cheese sandwich. Why am I clicking buttons? I'm Bethesdaing you while you're watching things about a Bethesda game.
Mauser C96 came with a stock that you could drop the pistol into. So the stock just acts as the holster. You're giving the infantry a weapon that drops into a stock. It's very small. It's convenient. They can carry it around. They can use it if they need to. And they can still get some more range out of it because it has a longer barrel. This barrel is way longer than the artillery Luger would normally have. And it has a wood handguard on it, which again, the artillery Luger wouldn't have. Also, this stock apparently is not a holster as well.
Doesn't seem like it.
No. They did make these. They called that a snail mag. Yeah, they did make those for the Luger. They are a bastard to load, I can tell you that.
I can imagine.
I wish more people would make toggle lock firearms.
Do they not? Because it's kind of...
It's overly complicated.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, there's really no reason for a toggle lock gun. The only times I've seen modern toggle lock firearms are manually operated bolt actions that are toggle lock. Mechanically speaking, unless there is something that I am unaware of, there really is no good reason to make a toggle lock firearm.
I hear a dog.
That's it.
Gotcha.
Wait, they put an English bulldog dog meat in there. I'm okay with it.
There was a rifle that was... I hesitate to call it a competitor to the M1 Garand because it was not a competitor to the M1 Garand. It's a rifle that's called the Pedersen rifle. So the Pedersen rifle is a toggle lock and block clip rifle that, if I remember correctly, actually ejects its clip like the M1 Garand does. So
the dog's name is Churchill. Anime guy in Fallout 4, there's a German Shepherd that meets you when you go to the gas station right outside of Sanctuary, and the dog's name is Dogmeat.
Yet another instance of a firearms designer named John for the United States designing a gun that launches the clip out of it. It wasn't a competitor to the M1 Garand because the U.S. Army was already adopting the M1 Garand at the time.
Yeah.
But Pedersen was basically like, look at my rifle. It's really cool. You should adopt this instead of the Garand. And the Army was like, we'll test it. We'll test it. We'll try it out.
Yeah.
From what I understand, it did okay, but it didn't warrant adoption over the M1 Garand. If it had done everything the M1 Garand did and more, there would have been a reason to adopt it. But because the Army was already adopting the Garand, they basically just went, no, we don't need it. It was just an example of Pedersen being day late and $1 short.
I see.
It was definitely a decent rifle.
Maybe we'll find one of those around here.
Maybe.
Probably not.
Now, we've been surprised before.
We have.
I mean, we did find a Tround pistol.
This is true.
Yeah.
What was basically the first semi-automatic pistol was the Borchardt C93. Borchardt tried selling the C93 to a bunch of different militaries, and basically every single military he showed it to was like, the cartridge is weird, it's got too much recoil because the grip angle is stupid. We don't like this big thing hanging off the back of the gun. We want it to be in a cartridge that we can actually use. Will you redesign it, please? And every single time, Borchardt was like, no, it's perfect the way it is, and if you can't handle me at my Borchartedness, then you don't deserve me at my Borchartedness. And they were like, that's not how the joke goes. He was like, I'm not changing it for you.
Ooh.
Which just further reinforced the thing.
He refused to compromise his artistic vision.
I guess, but like when you're a firearms designer, you kind of have to be willing to compromise your artistic vision if your gun is, I don't know, stupid.
This really reminds me of of the people that were trying to make tanks that could fly. Okay, this reminds me of a couple of things that we saw. The Bradley Wars being one of them that Laserpig talked about. In fact, several things that he talked about, where essentially they were trying to strip a lot of technology out of warfare packages, and it didn't make any sense because they were stuck inside of this really, really stupid method of thinking where they were assuming that technology was a detriment somehow to a modern warfare unit. I don't know why they would think that, but yeah. How about when they wanted to make an electric tank? Yes, because when we are at war and we're trying to defend the country against, being invaded on every side, we want to make sure we're being environmentally friendly. When we blow a tank up, I'm not sure how you managed to do that. I'm not sure how you actually managed to do that. If somebody can tell me how you can be eco-friendly while you're destroying a tank, please let me know, because it can't happen, okay? Just saying. So dumb.
Don't get me, I love the Borchardt C93, but it is stupid.
Okay, yeah, kind of.
He had a young Enterprise.
The M14 is garbage. The M14 is absolute hot garbage. It is a 20-pound turd, okay? Everything in the U.S. military that carries the designation M14 is a piece of crap.
Individual that was working for him that had helped design it. That young enterprising individual went, well, I could make those changes to it. So he left and did make those changes to it. And that was Luger.
All right.
Broadly speaking, the Luger is derived from the Borchardt C93, but just with a bunch of good improvements made to it.
All right.
I found a compensated Crude shotgun. I will shoot someone with it. Wow, this is shit.
Maybe you'll shoot yourself with it by mistake.
It might just blow up the moment I pull the trigger, to be completely honest.
They left it here as a booby trap. He can't resist a new firearm.
We know he can't get new guns, so leave a piece of crap gun behind. There he is! Yeah, it's literally just a pipe with a nail sticking in the back of it.
What is it compensating for? Your accuracy and skill?
I don't know what it's compensating for. It's compensating by making itself worse. We're just gonna...
Does it come with a wrist brace and a complimentary health insurance package? What the fuck is that? Yes.
Savages. And it is immediately getting burned.
It's the first thing that gets blown up. Plasma attachment?
Plasma pistol looks like it's got a... Is that a very pistol frame?
How does he know that?
The British term for a flare gun is a very pistol.
Oh.
Yeah, that looks like a flare pistol handle.
Huh. Okay. And you
But
jam
it's
the
got
microfusion cell in
a
there.
weird That rear sight is straight off of a Smith & Wesson revolver. That's the Smith & Wesson adjustable rear sight.
The bullets you fire out of there rectangular?
It's just kind of a weird shaped muzzle because it's plasma.
It's kind of fun.
Normally I wouldn't really use plasma weapons, but I like plasma weapons that are kinetic weapon adjacent.
And strong enough to
Were you sacrificing stuff to the machine spirit? What's going on here?
Call the SCP Foundation. Hobbit, I know. It just blows my mind. It really does. I love how much he knows about firearms. It's crazy.
Bayoneted zap rifle.
Say what?
So many fun weapons to find.
Fun is a word. Fun is a word that you could use to describe this.
What the
I was thinking
hell?
more along the lines of shit.
It's full of...
Okay. Whatever that is in that cylinder right there, I don't want to know. But I also don't want to know what happens when you actually use that bayonet and endanger cracking that cylinder, okay? I'm just saying, this looks like some Mad Max shit.
red fluid.
Ah. Okay,
Nice.
it kind of works. It works.
Yeah.
I don't normally use energy weapons, but
When you finally get bored, I'll take it off your hands.
There you
Until
go.
then, enjoy.
well, I really don't have much ammo left for it.
It's got a bayonet attachment, I think. Wouldn't a bayonet for a laser weapon just be a taser, though?
No, it would be a bayonet.
A bayonet goes on a ballistic weapon.
Mike, here's the fun thing about a bayonet.
Uh-huh.
You can put it on literally anything.
I'm just saying, feels like a taser would be a more appropriate version of a bayonet for a laser gun.
No, because a bayonet's supposed to stab people. A taser
Right.
you don't stab someone with.
You could try.
Well, the end result is the same. You're gonna do some damage.
You're not. It's a chunk of plastic.
Well, maybe you want to pacify somebody. Maybe that's...
Then why are you using a bayonet? That'd be fucking stupid.
Well, if somebody gets bayoneted enough, they're most definitely pacified.
God, I'm using a taser.
Oh my god. You are the dumbest motherfucker.
I would make a laser weapon non-lethal. All right, fine. We can move on.
The plasma pistol's kind of neat. Oh. That's because the reason the muzzle is weird is because it has a splitter on the end of it.
Oh, okay.
Toaster capacitors?
Oh.
Oh my god.
From the moment I knew the weakness of my own flesh.
They're not good. Those are worse than what's on there.
It smells like burnt toast.
It makes the gun. It's literally just using a bunch of capacitors from the inside of a toaster.
I see.
That's amazing.
I wouldn't want to use it, but it's a fun thing to think about.
Ah, wooden insulation. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
This gun is absolute junk, and I kind of like it.
You said you hated it not too long ago.
I mean, I kind of like how stupid it is.
Yay!
Well, you didn't. You said it was too stupid.
I can change my mind.
This is an orc gun, okay? This is 100% an orc gun. It even has a thing that would blow up if you sit there and tried to use it as intended.
The glow sight literally
I don't
is a
have deep
tiny
rock
LED
dragon.
light bulb on the front.
Is it?
I think it is. I don't have any adhesive, apparently.
Can you change the bayonet? Wait,
Beam
can you put a
focuser.
taser on the end?
No, you can't put a taser on the end of it. I'm taking the bayonet off there.
Okay.
We're never speaking of it again.
An actual Geiger counter.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Fancy.
Cool.
Yeah.
And now it's broken.
Yep.
No, they're pretty durable. That's upside down. We want it the right way up.
Yep.
It looks like a U.S. civil defense Geiger counter.
Really?
Yeah.
Which is interesting. So the big knob in the very center of it is off, and then 0.1, and then 10, and then 100, and then 1000, which are the different levels of sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
And then the little knob is so you zero it, because you have to zero the Geiger counter out first.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, those are really only good for monitoring. At least that style is only good for monitoring gamma radiation. And usually they really only work when like a nuclear weapon has gone off, because they're like not that sensitive.
I imagine they're not functional at all, and they say, "Oh yeah, it only works after a nuke's gone off."
That's always a bad sign for a marketing slogan, because there's only one real way to test it.
No, this isn't Russia. Hey, you got... Woo! There's an MG42 in there. Can I have that? Can I have it, please?
That's a display model only.
He literally just started going off like a chimpanzee. I love it.
Hey, MG42's MG42. I still want it.
True.
I'll take the display model.
I 100% would buy a display model only MG42 if it was made from an actual MG42.
It's missing all of its internals. That's why it's in display.
Don't care, still an MG42.
True.
What else do you have back there? What is...
We'll have to come back later after you've restocked because we want what you got.
What is that? Man, you guys got a bunch of cool stuff back here. Let me see this thing. Let me see this thing.
Definitely make sure you've sent them out into the world so we can kill folks.
It's missing the feed tray cover.
Oh.
It's missing all of the gut. It's missing the feed pawls from the feed tray cover.
You said you didn't care. You'd buy the display model no matter how many parts are missing.
Well,
That's
no,
what he said.
I want the feed tray to be in there. Like, the bolt can be missing. That's fine. I just want the feed tray to be in there. It currently is configured like one of the blasters from Star Wars.
Yep.
So if you didn't know, basically most of the guns from Star Wars are just World War II firearms that they put a bunch of extra shit on them to make them look like science fiction guns.
Yep.
And the like heavy blaster that some of the stormtroopers use is an MG42 with...
If you look at the Arctic Troopers from Episode 5 in Hoth, they're using this.
no belt or belt box and a bunch of extra crap grafted onto it.
I see.
The standard Stormtrooper blaster is a Sterling submachine gun with the stock folded and a bunch of extra stuff stuck onto it.
Huh. I had no idea.
Leia's pistol in A New Hope that she uses for like 2 seconds is based off of an Olympic target shooting pistol.
Neat.
There's a couple times in Star Wars, if you watch the original ones, not the remastered, sometimes when the stormtroopers shoot or when people shoot, you can see shell casings come out of the gun.
Yeah,
Because they were all just blank firing guns because then it gave the special effects people a cue for when the laser would fire.
Okay.
Really?
They tried to edit out some of the shell casings by just like blurring them out. But sometimes they don't do it, so you can actually see shell casings go pew pew out of the gun when it fires.
It's kind of crazy that they actually were firing blanks and not just going click, click, click.
Yeah.
So, the heavy machine gun
I
here.
did not know that. I had no idea that was the case. Dude, that's actually...
Oh, it already has
Okay.
a powerful receiver. That's weird. Okay, that's kind of weird because this is like
a little bit, yeah.
MG34 barrel,
Yeah.
and then this is the MG42 barrel.
Yeah.
I understand what they were doing. Like, I get it. It makes sense, but I'm putting the MG42 barrel on there.
Got the compensator, no muzzle. The thing is so big you have to rotate it every time you want to see the muzzle.
Right.
Yeah, that's like the closest to what's actually on the end of the MG42. So we'll
Like a nozzle.
we'll keep that on there. What's actually on there is like a cone.
Yeah.
It's like a
Armor
fire
piercing,
hose.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
MG42 is a machine gun that is so good that everyone just kept copying it. And the German military literally still uses it.
Didn't you say the MG42 was a knockoff of the 34?
No, it's like you...
Vince, we all know that I'm a boomer. We all know that I try my best. It's okay. It's okay. I might need to go fill up again. Just saying.
I guess you could consider it an... I don't...
Iterative design?
It's an... Yeah. They're similar. The MG34 is more machined metal than like stamped sheet metal. It's more prone...
I still can't get over the fact that Pippa named her bunny sheet metal. I can't.
to having problems because of not being cleaned enough or what have you. The MG42 was made to be made cheaper and faster, and they must have got it right because the German military still uses the MG42. It's just now it's the MG3 and it's in 308 instead of 8mm Mauser.
Still using it so many years later.
Yep.
When you have a weapon that really just works, there's no real reason to do anything about it. 1911.
I really like the gigantic T handle for the charging handle. I just think that's cool. I love that. So this little tab right there on the receiver, just ahead of the feed tray cover, is you push that forward, and then the barrel pops out, and then you can grab the barrel and just slide the barrel out through the right side of the gun, slide a new barrel into it, and then basically slap that tab closed, and the gun is ready to fire again.
Nice.
A lot of light machine guns that are put together in World War II and beyond have these sorts of barrel slide outs to where you can actually disengage the barrel, because the barrel will get too hot and it will start to deform. And you don't want that. You really don't want that. So, yeah, they have it available for where you can do that.
And you can give that first barrel time to cool.
Yep. Yeah, MG42 is just a very, very well-designed, very good machine gun. Pretty much everybody has copied it. The M60 is kind of weird, because like the best way to think of the M60 machine gun is if an MG42 and an FG42 had a baby, that would be the M60.
I see.
It's kind of like that. There was a weird experimental version of the M60 that I think is the
barrel's gonna wear out
T44.
fast.
That was an experimental machine gun that the U.S. was testing in 1944.
What is that?
And the T44 is, the best way I can describe this is somebody slapped an MG42 feed cover sideways onto an FG42 and said, "Yep, we made a new machine gun!"
Yay!
And it's kind of cursed. Yeah, the T44 is kind of a fucking horribly cursed gun design. It's interesting. Anyway, the M60 is pretty much copied from the MG42 and like a couple other things. The M240 machine gun, which is the FN Mag 58.
I will tell you this about an M60. I had to tote those things around. Those things... You will never see anybody that's actually carried an M60 claiming that you can run around with it and sprint around with it and jump over stuff, because that thing is... Even without ammo, that thing is chunk, okay? That thing is really chunk.
Machine gun. That one basically wholesale copies this entire trigger mechanism.
Yeah, Rambo is a very
the,
fictional character.
MG42, they're like the same trigger mechanism. Yeah, it's a very good machine gun. Oh my god, he's got a Webley Fosbury!
Huh.
It's got some nice designs on the side of the barrel.
Does?
Not the barrel, the chamber.
Yeah, the chamber.
What he said.
You want to know why that's on there?
To collect dirt and save it for future use.
No, I wonder how dirt would affect that though. No, the reason those divots exist on there, when you fire this revolver, the entire top half of the gun recoils backwards and then moves forward again.
Wait, on this revolver pistol?
Yes,
what?
on the revolver, the entire top half recoils backward and moves forward again.
No, there's no way. I can see the screw. It's bolted in place.
No, that screws the pivot mechanism for the brake action.
Huh?
So it's a revolver pistol that tries to absorb recoil?
You can just say revolver. You don't have to say revolver pistol.
I could, but they didn't.
Oh, that's weird that they... Yeah, I didn't realize that they did that. It has... The recoiling has two functions. One is that it does absorb some recoil. Two, the reason for these grooves is there is a small tab on the inside of what would be considered the frame. That tab indexes on those grooves, and as it moves backwards, the tab cams along that groove and rotates the cylinder.
I see.
That is what rotates the cylinder for the next shot.
It's such a weird concept to have the entire
really
upper receiver
is.
jolt backwards.
I have never seen a gun that did this before. I have never even heard. That is really cool. But I can picture so many things going wrong with it. But it's a really interesting design. Just it's not practical in my view. It really just kind of is awkward.
It's a really weird concept. If I recall correctly, the Mateba doesn't do that, and the Mateba is a semi-automatic revolver.
I'm not sure how many revolvers do that.
There's really not many. There are a very, very small handful of semi-automatic revolvers. I can think of the Webley Fosbury, the Mateba revolver. The Dardic technically is a semi-automatic revolver, but the Dardic is also a magazine-fed revolver. It's...
Don't get me started about the webbing of your hands, okay? What? Hey, Shino, thank you, bud. Much appreciated.
Oh, the Landstad. There's
Much
another
appreciated,
revolver from the
Shino.
1900s. It's called the Landstat. That is a semi-automatic revolver, which is that's a really weird one because the cylinder only has 2 chambers in it.
What?
And again, I believe that's another magazine-fed revolver. So those are really the only ones I can think of.
It's
right
just not
now.
a common mechanism.
No, it really isn't. I don't want to say there's not a good reason.
I got scarring right there from a slide lock. I'm not even kidding.
To make a semi-automatic revolver, but there kind of isn't really a good reason to make a semi-automatic revolver.
If you're trying to make a pistol semi-automatic, why not make it a pistol?
The reason to make a semi-automatic revolver is you want a Magnum cartridge in an automatic handgun, because generally Magnum cartridges are rimmed, and rimmed cartridges do not play well with autoloaders. But yeah, the Webley Fosbury is really cool. It is a top break revolver, which I absolutely love top break revolvers. They're
I have
one of my
no idea what that means because I'm an idiot.
favorite things ever.
It's a top break semi-auto revolver that has the upper receiver kickback.
Yeah, the entire upper receiver moves back. Do you want to know what those
That's
two
just
little
so
weird
cool,
things,
though. That's
in front
really
of the cylinder
cool.
are? The little wings right there and there.
Yeah,
Red Bull.
I'm curious now that you've pointed them out.
They're literally just for holstering.
Oh.
They're so that when you try to shove the gun into a holster, the leather flaps of the holster or canvas flaps of the holster don't get stuck on the cylinder. It pushes
That's
the canvas or
smart.
leather flaps out of the way so the gun can be holstered easier.
Well,
That's smart, and I like that.
that makes sense.
Yep, that's its purpose. 355.
Oh,
I might have to buy
okay.
that. We're gonna.
Okay,
Yeah.
Shinobi.
I can think of one movie that uses a Webley Fosbury revolver. Zardoz. The gun is good. The penis is evil. That's
What?
that movie. It's
An American classic.
Hey, Faye, what's going on?
That's the movie that has Sean Connery wearing a sling bikini.
No.
You think I'm kidding? You think I'm kidding? I am not kidding.
I
No.
believe you.
Oh, hey, there's a weapon crafting bench back here. Hell yeah, let's
There
go.
you go.
Can I do anything to standard, lightweight, hair trigger? Can I make it case hardened just for fun?
The service revolver.
Yeah. Well, you can do snub nose or long barrel. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
And standard grip. Okay.
Not a lot of options.
Wait. Inferior damage, superior range, and accuracy. It's called the Wad Cutter. What? I don't want to know. Faye, how are you doing? How are you doing tonight? You haven't been on the last couple of nights I've seen.
It's here. Wad cutter.
You know how
Yes.
normally bullets like rounded.
Yeah.
Huh?
Wad cutters are just completely flat.
Huh.
And generally, when you look at a wad cutter shell, it is like flush with the end of the cartridge. They're usually lightweight, low recoiling projectiles that are generally only used for target shooting, specifically because they punch a very nice, neat, clean hole through the paper.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
If you
Okay.
use like a round nose bullet, they have a tendency to kind of rip the paper when they go through. But
True.
a wad cutter is just gonna go doomp, like it's a hole punch.
Nice.
Strange.
Man stopper, those would probably just be like hollow points.
Yeah, probably.
High
Probably.
explosive, those
Explode
It's a bolt gun!
an impact.
I guess like a mercury filled.
Oh, that sucks, Faye.
Oh my
Let's see
god!
it.
I did not realize that you could make shot shells for the flare gun.
Well, now you know, and some Shea shells.
Do not put 12 gauge shells into a flare gun. Don't do it.
But
No.
you could do it.
No, a lot of the time you can't. They just won't fit.
Lurk away,
This one
Faye.
apparently will.
Triple slug shells?
Wait.
Triple armor penetration slug shells.
Well, shit.
Armor penetration slug shells. Explain how that works without using an essay.
H-E.
I got a feeling you'd be explaining things in the neighborhood of Anakin explaining the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. I'm just saying. A revolver with explosives around sounds dumb. You love it? Yep. HE shell flare gun. Somehow that actually works.
High explosive shells.
Concerning. Alright. Oh, that's cool! I love top break.
It's been a mess.
God, I love top break revolvers.
That was actually nice.
Ooh, I found another Webley.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah, this thing is goofy. It's a semi-automatic pistol. It's a giant brick.
Big old square.
I don't know a whole.
Oh,
lot
that
about
sounds
the gun,
good.
Unfortunately, I don't know a ton about it. I know it's got a grip safety on it. It's hammer fired. That's what the goofy looking curve on the back of it is the grip safety. It's like that is like.
Also, if you're not squeezing it hard enough, the gun won't fire.
Yeah, if you're not holding it
That
properly,
sounded
it's not
really
gonna fire.
good.
I know other versions had the safety mounted onto.
Okay, so this is the thing. This is the thing so far about some of the guns that I've seen so far that he's been talking about in detail. They look like if you shot them, they'd fall the hell apart. I'm just saying, this thing looks like a stripped down 9mm, and I'm not even gonna lie, that's what it looks like to me. It honestly looks like if you shot this thing, it would fall apart. I'm not even kidding.
What would be the slide, the square thing on there. It's from like 1912 or something.
Oh, that's
it's
why.
Pretty old.
I mean, it says 1913 on the slide.
I mean, that
After the Titanic sunk. Sucks to be you.
might just be the year that one was made, specifically. I believe it was adopted in 1912. That rifling looks kind of goofy, but also not, like, incorrect. Oh, damn, that's actually modeled on the inside of it. Holy shit. Yeah. You can actually see the firing pin in there.
Nice.
So some versions have the safety on the slide. Other versions, like this one, have the safety on the frame. I feel like it must have had a bunch of problems because they used it in World War I, and then in World War II, they were back to using the Webley revolver. Apparently, it has a feature where you can insert the magazine, but not all the way, and you can single-hand load rounds into the gun. So you fire it, you load the magazine into the gun, you pull the slide back, and it'll stay locked open. You drop a round into the barrel, close the slide, and fire it, and then it locks open again. So you can drop another round in, close the slide, and fire it.
That kind of defeats the purpose.
What would be the point of doing that?
So that might be kind of a holdover from the Enfield rifles in World War I. That was actually a thing that a lot of militaries did with their rifles in World War I, which was you had a magazine cut off so that when you are all in a line at defilade, aiming out of a trench, you can one at a time load bullets into the gun. Because the theory is you have a bunch of people who are all shooting, so they all don't need to shoot very quickly.
Yes.
Because they're all shooting. But when the enemy starts like coming towards you en masse, then you disengage the magazine cutoff, and now you can fire 8 rounds or however many rounds are in the magazine very quickly.
I was about to say that it didn't make any sense. I was about to say that it doesn't make any sense, but that actually does make a lot of sense. Because at the end of the day, in trench warfare, you wouldn't want to be sitting there giving a whole bunch of young guys a ton of ammo and just giving them a whole bunch of magazines and telling them to go to town. That would be a good way to run out of ammo fast. So if you issued out the command to like basically do the single shot rotation instead of using their magazines, you'd conserve a lot of ammo, and then you could actually flip it back over once you really needed to put a ton of rounds downrange. So that makes sense. I was wondering why for a few minutes there, but now it kind of makes sense.
I see. Well, I mean, it's a magazine, so just have a second magazine at the ready.
A lot of times, and the reason for this with bolt-action rifles was because they had an internal magazine or a non-detachable magazine, or they were only issued with one magazine, and you're supposed to load it with stripper clips. So loading rounds one at a time is theoretically faster than firing 5 rounds and having to reload your rifle with stripper clips.
Okay, fair enough.
I think that's kind of dubious with a pistol. I don't really understand the point of doing that with a pistol. It does have a gigantic ejection port on the top of it.
It's just a party trick.
Apparently, it is very flippy recoil.
Flippy?
Like when you shoot it, it feels like the gun wants to flip backwards.
No.
Oh, you mean heavy recoil then?
No, because heavy recoil is like pushing into the web of your hand and it's very painful. Flippy is you shoot it and it feels like it wants to go whoop and rotate.
So it wants to flip upwards.
Yeah.
I hate any gun that does that. I hate any gun that does that.
Yeah, okay. This whole thing seems very boxy.
It looks like a gun that you would draw if you were 5 years old.
True.
It
True.
looks like someone said draw a gun and you drew a gun.
Yep.
People accuse the Glock of being blocky, but like
I don't
my
really
God,
think so.
Holy crap! Look at this thing.
This is blocky. The Glock is not. The Glock. I don't understand. Okay. So when you look at the Glock is a very straight up and down hard angles in a lot of ways. Of course, it's, they smooth them out and stuff like that. But the Glock 9, the Glock 15, not 15. I'm an idiot. They're very straight up and down. I mean, this looks like a Lego gun. To be perfectly honest with you, it looks like a Lego gun. I don't understand why people think the Glock itself looks blocky, as he says. And that wouldn't make any sense to me.
Yep.
No.
Whoa. What?
You don't want that stock?
No. I kind of want the. I do kind of want the no grip. That's stupid.
Just no grip. It's just
What? What? No!
Spectre.
No, you put an Elkin Spectre. Oh my God!
That's an option.
No, that isn't an option. It's not even that small.
Nice.
The Elkin Spectre is way bigger than that.
It's the Elkin Spectre
Oh my
Mini.
God, that is so incredibly stupid. Mortar?
Buy a single mortar, maybe 7 of them.
Why do you have a?
Can I craft an RPG with it?
Go.
Why do you have a mortar? I'm buying it. All right, fine. I'm not buying the mortar. I was gonna look at it. Oh wait, I can still look at it.
Do it.
That looks like a 60 millimeter mortar. There's no propellant in the back of it.
The propellant gets sold extra.
Yes. Gas sold separately, as is batteries.
Yeah, because normally on the back, when you look at a mortar, you've got the body, which is the Nerf football looking part right here. You have the fuse, which is the little cone that goes on the end of it, and then you have the tail fin / propellant assembly. Normally what you would see on the back of the mortar would be almost like a rifle cartridge, where there's a primer in there. What happens is you drop the mortar down the tube, and because it's a very tight fit, it just slides down the tube relatively slowly. Once it hits the bottom, it hits the firing pin, and this entire fin assembly has a bunch of holes in it that is filled with a propellant. When the firing pin is hit, the explosion is now trapped in between the body of the mortar and the base of the mortar tube. And that's what goes thoop and launches the mortar out the end of it. Okay? It doesn't make a thoop noise. Mortars are very, very loud. Thoop! I would like to buy one, but I can't afford it right now.
You'll have to sell one of your other 24 guns.
What the?
Ferryman's friend.
That's a new gun.
What is that? That doesn't make any logical sense.
Okay, so this is actually, what is the name of this gun?
Don't tell me.
Yeah, this is the MTR-8 revolver, which was one of Mateba's first firearms.
And somehow it ended up in the ferryman's hands.
Somehow, yeah, it's a really weird revolver.
Uh-huh.
It's cool. It's really cool. It's just also weird.
It
What's
exists.
interesting about flamethrowers is the fuel really isn't the thing that you need to like super worry about. It's the thing that makes the fuel leave the flamethrower very quickly is the thing that you need to replenish more often.
The
Okay.
propellant?
Yeah.
Ah.
Depending on what the propellant is. Because usually the propellant is a heavily compressed material. It's something that's just really compressed.
Okay.
Ah, yes, the Upton Buckhead. Oh, God. I love that. I love the kit.
Yeah, cause see, you've got like a tank on the back. You've got a fuel can, which is where the fuel is, and then you have a second tank, which I don't know what it would be in this instance. I know on some flamethrowers it was just nitrogen. I think the U.S. military flamethrower had a 30 seconds worth of fuel Really not that much. Not as much as you would think.
Okay.
But also 30 seconds of fuel is a lot longer than you... No, actually, was it 90?
I wouldn't survive 30 seconds of being alighted.
And it was the first one. I think they had a few problems with the first US M1 flamethrower, and then the M1E1, which became the M1A1 flamethrower, and that got like a much longer range. I want to say like 45 yards on the M1E1.
All right.
Yes,
and then
Hobbit.
that one used a thickened fuel, which is basically napalm.
It is.
They are completely legal in the United States and require 0 background check whatsoever.
America.
That's fun for people who like flamethrowers.
It's considered a farming implement. I'm not.
So you already figured out how to work the Martini-Henry into your game 2,000 years into the future. Now you need to figure out a Webley Revolver MK6 and trench gun. But because you're weird, you want to force players to pick up shell casings to reload later. You're tempted to make it so you can lose all ammo on the map if you don't go back to pick up the skin. That's Disney evil.
Not even joking, flamethrowers are considered a farming implement in the United States.
I find it difficult to see its agricultural use.
Burning nitrogen.
Burning large amounts of crops that need to be destroyed.
Okay, I guess it's easy to
America.
see that. All right.
Yeah, or getting rid of like when you have crops that have become completely overrun with like locusts or something.
Yeah.
You can just burn all of them, and then that gets rid of all the locusts
Makes
too.
sense. Can you
I
stop
think that
by
was in an episode of Lassie.
Yeah, Lassie.
Can you stop by your local Home Depot and rent out a flamethrower?
No, but
Because I don't think farmers usually have them on hand.
You can stop by your Home Depot and rent out a large propane torch, which can throw a flame like 5 to 10 feet.
This you can do. This you can easily do.
Why do they have those in stock?
Heating asphalt. Also burning, like de-weeding, burning weeds, things like that.
Let's not tell people about this. This information doesn't need to spread.
I mean, okay, so yeah, you can buy a flamethrower and like not do a background check or anything, but here's the thing. Go find a military flamethrower and buy one.
Are they expensive?
Yeah, prohibitively so. And there's really not that many of them that exist.
Well, that's why you rent one instead.
Well, like, there really aren't that many. And most people that have them aren't exactly willing to let other people borrow them.
That's because they don't like letting anybody else play with their toys. Warpugs, we're going to take a... What? Laser Pig! Hey, bud. Oh, thank you for subscribing, dude. Much. Okay, so... I have run out of liquid refreshment, okay? And because you guys seem to think I am a fish, because...
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
I can't! I'm trying! That's what I'm about to try to do! Okay, so we're going to step away for a few seconds. And...
How do you say fish in English?
You know what? I was just about to say that, Laser. I was just about to say that. You know, you can go by at any point to gamersubs.com. And when you do, use code LASER at checkout to receive 10% off. Get the motherfucker a shaker cup. Abs. Just saying. I'm an idiot. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me, Warpugs. Anyway, I am going to get up because... You bastard! You did not play that! Hobbit? Why did you let the masses know that that's there? Do not... Okay. Fuckers in the ooh platoon drive me crazy. Anyhow, jump up. I'll see you guys in 5. Be right back, guys. No, you guys got to stop reminding him about the fucking MRE, okay? It's absolute trauma. I'm just saying, it's absolute trauma. Y'all got to stop reminding that guy about the MRE. I made the mistake of that, and I think he did a flashback. He was sitting there having a full-on Winter Soldier episode thinking about that goddamn piece of shit. I'm not, like... No, Jesus. Cole, no. Look it up if you want to. But they were doing God's work, and, yeah, I'm just saying. there was there was trauma involved. Okay, there was extreme trauma involved. I'm just saying. All right, I'm reloaded. There we go. So my wife doesn't understand something very simple. I have a pink lid right now, which is the manliest color. Because she keeps on bringing my shaker cups with her when she gets the last one destroyed, because what she does is she takes one of my shaker cups upstairs. It'll fall on the ground. The pugs will get a hold of it and chew it. And then I can't close it, I can't shake it, and then my life sucks. That's what happened to the last 3 shaker cup lids that I've had. I'm just saying. It's not even. Ugh, no. I gotta get around to. Oh my God, there's so much stuff I gotta do. Ugh. Warpugs. It's almost Christmas. I wonder what I'm gonna do for Christmas. I don't even know. I've been considering doing something for Christmas for a little bit. I've been considering doing a lot of stuff. But, so, real quick, because my brain is doing a funny that it normally does about this time. I am probably not going to, well, I'm most definitely not going to be doing anything on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I don't know about New Year's. Chances are I will be doing something on New Year's, but Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I'm pretty much stepping away from everything. I may do a game stream. I've been looking forward to trying to get back into some Mech Warrior. I've been looking forward to doing that for a little bit now. But we'll see if I'm able to do that. We'll see if I'm able to do that at all. I am going to be doing a video as far as the Mech Warrior games I have played, because the 4P is for me. I'm just saying, the Hunchback 4P is for me 100% of the time. But a lot of people have been sending me messages in Discord asking me to do 5-ish minute lores on Battletech stuff. I am considering it, but I have to find the time for it. There may be things coming down the pipeline that me and the hospital are doing to, actually engage in that. But that is something that is in the future that we are both looking at. I would love to do. Oh yeah, I would love to do a full thing on Amaris. I would love to do a full thing on Kenyan Marek, because I have never seen somebody that fucking smug in my life. Like, the level of smug on that bastard's face could power a small town. I'm just saying. Cole, you have a wonderful night, my guy. Alright, let's get back into it, Warpugs. Yep, we're good. Let's go.
They're hard to find, they're hard to work with, they're a pain in the ass, and the back, because they're usually heavy. And it's just kind of all around not the most efficient thing you could use.
No, and also the risk of self-immolation is present.
I don't trust you guys telling me to play games anymore, because the last few games that you guys tried to get me to play with like a little bit of snickering stuff is Doki Doki Literature Club. No, thank you.
That is a concern and it depends on what the flamethrower is too, for like how it fires, because some of them, they've got a bunch of little flare cartridges in like a revolver with flare cartridges in the front pistol grip, right? Because it's got 2 pistol grips. You can see here. There's the front one and then the rear one.
Right.
The front one has like a revolver cartridge. Well, some flamethrowers has a revolver cartridge with flares in it, and you pull the trigger and it fires the flare, and that's what ignites the flames coming out the end of it.
Oh.
For some reason, I feel like spreading the good word of the Emperor.
Like, modern flamethrowers have like a little propane torch at the end of it that's just always lit.
Yeah, like a pilot light.
Yeah, that is what ignites it. But like the military ones had like a little flare or something. I think the German one had like a coil on the end that was like an electrically heated coil. I could be entirely wrong on that though.
Yeah.
Every flamethrower that has been designed by different countries, they're all like widely different. There's one that the
Remember, kids, there's several thousand different ways to do barbecue.
Germans had in World War I that looked like a life preserver.
Wow.
It was a big donut that went on your back.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, flamethrowers are really interesting. And I also want to add,
Do some.
not a war crime to use.
Be German. Design chemical warfare. Get pissed at Americans over shotgun.
Well, some might disagree with you on that.
No, there is literally no disagreement. It is not a war crime to use a flamethrower.
Be Canadian. War breaks out. Be the cause for 65% of the Geneva Conventions. Just saying.
That type of chemical warfare?
No, it isn't.
You're spraying
It's
the
a
enemy with chemicals.
It's a flame weapon.
Okay.
It's a flame weapon.
A flame weapon causes chemical reactions.
It's not a chemical. It's not chemical weapons.
No, it causes
Let's
a
hurry up
chemical.
and get this translator device.
No, I'm not done talking about flamethrowers yet.
Okay.
Yes!
Flamethrowers are not prohibited by the Geneva Convention.
Okay.
Yes, Canada can and will fix that.
Well, then why doesn't anybody use them anymore? Because it's a lot easier just to launch a bomb at a pillbox than it is to try to run up there with a flamethrower and get shot with a machine gun several times while you're trying to put flames into it.
Accurate.
I'm sure
They're
if
just
it-
not very efficient.
Yeah.
That's why nobody uses them anymore.
Yeah.
Because we have this thing called thermobaric rockets, which is basically a flamethrower but in a bomb.
Yes.
They're cool as hell. I mean, look at this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool.
That's cool as hell.
Oh,
That's
It is.
awesome. I love that.
Yeah, I love
It is.
too.
But yeah, they're not very efficient.
Yeah, and if we get back to the submarine and the Germans try to backstab us, it'll be a very ironic way to kill them.
It will because they invented flamethrowers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the Flammenwaffen. It was Flammen.
You know what is technically a war crime?
Spitting on somebody?
No, using pepper spray.
Technically, a
Yeah,
war
if you're running through a trench, and you spray someone with pepper spray, that is a war crime. Running up to them and shooting them in the face is not a war crime, but spraying them with pepper spray is a war crime.
I see.
Yeah.
Getting mauled
Yes, Laser. I'm.
by a bear. Stay back. Bust out the bear spray.
Oh, come on, man, that's a war crime. No, that's fine for civilian use. You just can't use it as a war crime. It's a weird side effect
It just hurts my damned heart. It hurts my heart so badly. Anyhow.
of the rules of war of chemical weapons are actually prohibited. The reason chemical weapons are prohibited makes sense when you think about it, because like if you're on a battlefield and if you decide to pepper spray the enemy in combat, there is a very real possibility that the enemy could think, oh my god, they're using nerve agents on us. Now that means we get to use nerve agents! So now they're shooting chemical weapons back at you, and you suddenly turned this, what was a conventional war, into people being horribly maimed and dying instantly, or being crippled for life with horrible, debilitating nerve injuries.
No, this doesn't.
Exactly. A railgun is pretty much like once. I have been saying this for 20 years. I've been saying it for 20 years. The second you throw a railgun with our methods of target acquisition and the way that we could use over the horizon targeting nowadays, and pretty much just like my brain is like coming up, like the second you do that, it changes warfare. It changes warfare entirely. Now, you would still use the Mark 41 VLS because, you know, Tomahawk strike packages are a thing, but there's no way to defend against a railgun unless you're using some serious electronic warfare packages. I mean, you'd have to have serious electronic warfare packages in order to affect that. But even then, even still, you just send up a Sea Knight and it's not that hard. Anyhow, let's go.
Doesn't sound real, because if you used tear gas on an enemy, it's not like they have a bunch of nerve gas in reserves and they were just itching for a chance to use it.
I take it that you are not at all familiar with Saddam Hussein's love of using chemical weapons.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, Saddam Hussein aside,
The reason it's there is to prevent that from happening. It's not that's going to happen 100%. It's to prevent that from happening.
an
Yeah.
ounce of prevention.
Anyway,
Yeah.
flamethrowers aren't war crimes. Stop calling them war crimes. You
Okay.
can use flamethrowers as much as you want.
Okay.
Also, just stop calling anything a war crime. You're not at war. It's not a war crime.
Yeah, call
Oh, yeah. Hussein used the hell out of that.
it's a war crime is a war crime.
Ooh, looks quite sharp.
It is a Fairbairn Sykes knife. That is the type of knife that is.
You can recognize that, huh?
Yes, it's a very famous type of knife.
Really?
It was made, it was issued to the British Commandos during World War II. So it was created by two different people named Fairbairn and Sykes, and they designed it before World War II. It's a really neat knife. It's really cool. I believe, if I remember correctly, it has a full tang on it, which is important.
A full tang?
Yeah, so basically the entire handle is connected to the blade.
Oh, so the blade can't be knocked off.
Right.
Yeah, that's something that people will do on like cheaper knives. The tang will only go a certain distance into the handle, and then the rest of the handle isn't actually a part of it. Which theoretically can reduce vibrations if it suffers like a really heavy impact. But I mean, this one is just a full tang knife. Usually the pommel, the thing on the back of it, is developed for like striking,
Which makes sense.
so that it will hurt a lot if you hit something with it.
It seems blunt and made out of metal, so I can see it being used for that.
Yeah, it's a really cool knife. They're basically considered to be like the precursor to all modern fighting knives.
Probably more effective than the chainsaw.
Probably.
And that's why everybody loves the K-bar.
The
Just
neat thing
saying.
about the commando knife is it was literally designed so that you can use it either as like a slashing implement, or it's designed with a very fine point to it and double-edged and like what is called. Is that a
Seriously, the bulldog looks like it's desperately trying to tell you something. Absolutely desperately trying to tell you something that you need to know.
spear tip? There's a lot of different terms about knives. I don't know.
He's trying to talk.
I believe it's called a spear point knife.
It can stab and it can slash. Multifaceted. But can it shoot?
Yeah, it's designed very, very thin and relatively long so that it will easily go in between someone's ribs.
Oh, jeez.
That's
There you go.
the intended purpose.
Stab, stab, stab.
Explosive Crude launcher does increasing amounts of damage the more withdrawal effects you are suffering.
What the fuck am I supposed to do with that?
You don't even... Take drugs!
I'm taking it because it says launcher, and I need to know what it launches. Well, where's the explosive Crude launcher? What does it use? Shaped charge. Well, I have 5 of those.
Do it.
I gotta find some unfortunate... Oh, never mind. Let's try it now.
Oh, it's a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's made out of pieces of pipe, and it uses a motorcycle brake for a handle.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
That is... It has a bayonet on the front, guys. It has a bayonet on the front. This is an orc weapon.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to say about this.
Okay, not your favorite.
I
It's got a bayonet attached to it. You didn't mention the bayonet.
why is there
It's an air cannon.
rocket launcher?
Imagine trying to catch a t-shirt off of this thing.
Just cut to a Marine holding a SMAW and trying to figure out how to attach his bayonet to the end of it. Oh, hey, Private, it looks like you're trying to attach a bayonet to the end of a rocket launcher. I'm
Here comes Clippy to help you with that.
gonna need you to eat these crayons, because that sounds like a really smart idea. If you eat these crayons, it'll make you smarter.
Yay!
Well, obviously, you need to have the bayonet. Because if they're that close, if they're in bayoneting range, you can't fire the rockets at them. It just makes sense.
You look like you have an FAL on your back, which you do, hell yeah.
There we go.
Why do you have an AK-47 bayonet attached to the end of your FAL?
That's not of God.
That is not what bayonet goes on there. Moreover, that isn't where the bayonet lug is. Look at that. How do I like pause everything? Not only is that not where the rear bayonet lug is on an FAL. Well, I guess this would be an L1A1 because it's British. Yeah, that's not where the rear lug is on the FAL.
The red ones
It's the
taste
wrong
like strawberry? Nice.
Technically speaking, the barrel is not long enough for it to be an L1A1. Maybe if it's like one of the shorter carbine versions, but as far as I know, there wasn't really like a carbine version of the L1A1. And the bayonet does technically attach to the flash hider on the L1A1. But where the rear... So the little screw on the very back of this bayonet is where it attaches to the lug on the rifle, which is in the wrong spot. And also it's an AK-47 bayonet, so it's the wrong bayonet.
How can you tell it's an AK bayonet?
Because AK bayonets look very distinctive. They have this like clip point to them. They've got the hole in the end so that you can use them as a pair of wire cutters. So the L1A1 bayonet is kind of similar, but it's like it is still a clip point knife, but it's got a blood groove in it. It doesn't have the rectangular hole for turning it into a pair of wire cutters, and it sits upside down of how this one sits.
There's actually a building that is sits in the it sits right next to the Suez Canal. And when you're transiting the Suez Canal, it is legitimately, when you're going down, I think it's about an hour into the canal, right after you reach the first breach out point, but it looks like an AK-47 barrel coming out of the sand with a bayonet attached. And I'm not even kidding.
So the AK-47 bayonet sits blade pointed up. The L1A1 bayonet sits blade pointed down on the rifle.
Wait, why would an AK bayonet need wire cutters? It's not like there's wires in an AK.
What? No, it's you use them to cut barbed wire.
Right.
You take the bayonet, and then the bayonet locks into the sheath on the little rectangular part, and then you push the sheath and the bayonet together, and it turns the bayonet into a pair of wire cutters. Which, funny story, the US M9 bayonet is directly stolen from the AK-47 bayonet.
Someone's got a good idea.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I would hesitate to call it a good idea because the M9 bayonet is widely considered to be one of the worst bayonets ever designed.
There you go.
That just means bad execution, not bad idea.
It's like a really terrible bayonet. It's got god-awful ergonomics.
Because ergonomics on a bayonet are extreme.
It's massive, like way bigger than... Yeah. There's a reason the Marines don't use the M9 bayonet, that they have their own bayonet, which is also a fighting knife, and then it doesn't have the wire cutters in it. Because I promise you that nobody in military history has ever actually used the wire cutters on the M9 bayonet for their intended purpose. Also, is it bad that I know exactly what arsenal that bayonet came from? It came from the Izhevsk arsenal.
How do you know
this?
this?
It's manufactured?
I know the company that well, okay, so Russia had this bayonet would have been produced. Arms arsenals. They don't really have gun companies like we have gun companies in the U.S. They have different arsenals that all produce the same weapons and equipment. And this one is from the Izhevsk arsenal, which is you know it's that because it's the triangle with the arrow in the center of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's cool. I guess it's fine that he's attaching an AK bayonet to it.
I don't know how it's magically attached on there. Don't ask me how. You know what's one of the
Lucky Charms.
interesting things about so this flash hider that's on there. This one is what is known as the FN flash hider. One of the interesting things about it is it's threaded on the inside of the muzzle for attaching a blank firing adapter. The blank firing adapter literally just threads into the end of the muzzle so that you now have like this little yellow or red thing sticking out of the end of the gun so that you know that they can't shoot you with live ammunition.
Wow.
It's a safety that everybody can see.
Yay!
Combat rifle, dude. Well,
Yeah, Slacker. The K-bar has not been widely changed because it's a damn good knife, okay?
I want this.
Too bad it cost $3,000.
Lucky for him, I just found a bag of gold earlier.
Oh.
Got a fragmentation grenade. Oh, that's interesting that the fragmentation grenade is actually based off of the, like, World War II British hand grenade.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Got a Lewis gun.
Ooh.
Looks like a drum magazine on top, like a Tommy gun.
No, Tommy gun has the drum magazine mounted perpendicular to the direction of the barrel.
Oh.
The Lewis gun has it mounted parallel. Well, if I can buy either one of these, I can talk about them.
Yay!
And then we got the Lewis gun.
Oh, look at that.
Which is also in like a weird science fiction configuration.
Yeah.
This looks like, I'm going to be completely honest, this doesn't look like a Lewis gun. This looks like a G.I. Joe legally distinct Lewis gun. All right, yeah, I need to go
Lewis gun at home, Warpugs.
modify these. Oh yeah, I want to look at the frag grenade really quick. Oops. Why did I just drop it?
Hey, that looks important. You should.
Thanks,
It
RT.
blows up. Whoops. See, I can't remember the name of this grenade, but this is the British standard issue grenade during World War II, basically.
Yeah. It doesn't look like the American M2 grenade.
I think it does look like that. I think it honestly does look a lot like that. It really, really does. Yeah, I was about to say that. Laserpig. The reason behind these grooves, if you don't know why they're done like that, is because the charge inside, when it blows up, it literally turns all these little individual pieces into shrapnel. That's fragmentation. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Just leave me alone. Don't look at me. Don't stare at me.
So there's the Mark II grenade, which is the pineapple grenade. That was the World War II like standard issue grenade.
Yeah. And it does look somewhat similar to that, but it has a different profile.
Yeah, the British grenade is a lot chunkier.
Fat boy.
I think this grenade is called a Mills bomb, and I'm pretty sure that they used it in World War I and World War II.
Shut up, Hobbit.
So on the U.S. pineapple grenade, or on the more modern one, which is like the M67 fragmentation grenade, there was one that was in between that one that was it's the lemon grenade. I forget what the name of it is.
Okay. You called it lemon grenades.
Yay, lemon.
No, it has an actual name. M26. So
there we go.
There was the Mark II fragmentation grenade, which is the World War II one. Interestingly, they're called pineapple grenades because they kind of look like a pineapple.
Which makes sense.
But also they were yellow. They were actually painted yellow.
Which is a really good thing when you're sitting there wearing a green uniform with a bright yellow grenade. I'm just saying.
And that was to indicate that they had like high explosives in them. And then they realized that, maybe painting this thing that people are carrying around in combat bright yellow isn't the best idea.
Who
so
would
then
have
they
thought?
started painting them green and putting a yellow band on it.
Seems like maybe you'd want to not paint the grenades at all. Just leave
Maybe.
it earthen colored, so when you throw it at the enemy, they might not be able to find it and throw it back.
I mean, generally, a grenade doesn't really have long enough to be thrown back anyway. Usually, if a grenade lands next to you, you don't really have the time to be like, oh, that's not properly camouflaged. I should throw it back. So, the way you paint ordnance, at least in the U.S. military, is
Yes, orcs. Orcs, headhunter.
colors mean specific things. So, yellow means that it's generally a high explosive.
Red ones go faster.
Red usually means it's an incendiary of some type. Brown means it's a low explosive. Black is usually like an armor piercing. Anyway, the Mills bomb, which I'm pretty sure is what this is, has 2 plugs in it, which is kind of interesting because this plug here on the front with the little...
Looks like it could be opened with a screwdriver.
Right.
Yeah, that plug is to basically fill the grenade with explosives.
Just in case you need to reuse it.
Is the entire fuse and igniter mechanism.
Oh.
And so you can just unscrew that. Now the grenade has been rendered completely inert. Even if it has explosives in it, the grenade can't do anything because you've just taken the fuse mechanism out.
That is actually really, really, like, for a low-tech design, that's really damn good.
Grenade has a safety.
Technically, like a couple different safeties, but the interesting thing is these would ship with the spoon, like the lever, and the pin in place, whereas pineapple grenades or the modern fragmentation grenades generally shipped with the fuse not screwed into the body of the grenade.
Mm-hmm.
So the way you render a US grenade that has not been armed inert is by unscrewing the body from the fuse.
Okay.
The way you render this one inert is by unscrewing the body from the fuse, but the safety lever and the safety pin stay with the grenade.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting, different ways of achieving the same result.
Yeah.
But the current British grenade is more baseball grenade shaped, so it looks like the M67 fragmentation grenade.
Go ahead and hit with the bat. Let me know what happens.
I wonder if that's just the superior design, or maybe they wanted conformity.
It's more of a superior design. The whole reason for these, like, striations, the whole reason for the grid pattern on the grenade, it was thought to add slightly weak spots to the body of the grenade to increase the shrapnel that it would create. Also, it added in, like, a grip.
Right,
It helped you grip the grenade slightly better.
Makes sense.
They realized the striations didn't matter that much, and it was more effort to make them with those than it was to just make 2 metal spheres and then weld them together.
There you go.
Or just make 1 metal sphere. Anyway. And actually, a lot of modern grenades are doing, the body is made out of a really thin metal, and then they just put like a coil of metal on the inside of it that acts as a fragmentation liner.
There you go.
Interestingly, British and Americans in World War II primarily just used fragmentation grenades as kind of the do-everything grenade.
Yeah.
But the Germans had, so you get...
Yeah, I was about to say the stick grenades there. Those things... I'm not quite sure how effective these really were.
The potato masher, the stick grenade, right?
Yeah.
The potato masher?
Yeah.
It's called the potato masher because it looks like a thing to mash potatoes. It's a metal cylinder with a wooden dowel attached to the end.
Hold on a second, guys. I'm going to see if I can catch this thing.
There it is. Okay, come here, you.
Some of you guys might remember this cat. Hey, buddy. What are you doing in here? What are you doing in here? Yeah, I know. You feeling good? They haven't seen you in probably 2.5 years, haven't they? You've just been chilling in the background, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, those things. Interestingly, those grenades are what are known as offensive grenades. Technically, fragmentation grenades are what are considered defensive grenades, and those were considered offensive grenades because those don't actually have a fragmentation liner. They're just
That's very odd.
basically a bunch of high explosives put into a metal cylinder.
Uh-huh.
Because primarily what you're supposed to be using those for is overpressure. So you're throwing them into a trench, and the overpressure either kills the person that the grenade lands next to, or concusses them enough that you can jump down in the trench and beat the shit out of them with something.
Yeah.
Why would
Yeah,
you make
Fox Leader
multiple kinds
flashbang.
of grenades? Why wouldn't you just have one that does everything?
I mean, because you might not necessarily want fragmentation. That's why flashbangs exist, because you're trying to disorient somebody. You're not trying to kill them.
Well, yeah, but why would you have two different kinds of fragmentation grenades, I'm wondering?
Well, because they're overpressure grenades. The primary reason for making the what are considered offensive grenades is because the distance at which you can be near one when it detonates is much shorter than the distance on a fragmentation grenade.
Okay.
So the logic when offensive grenades were originally created was you can have a bunch of dudes chucking those into a trench and then jumping in the trench almost immediately afterwards. And hopefully they don't land right next to one of the offensive grenades and it just blows them up.
See, this is what you call overthinking the problem. This is what you call overthinking the problem right here. Because, look, if you're in a position where you need to use a grenade, you want a grenade that's going to do a lot of work. It doesn't make any sense to not do, like, the... Okay. Yeah, it's just literally overthinking the problem right there. Why would you ever want to have that? Because at that point, the only thing you need is an actual flashbang. At that point, that's what you'd want there instead of the offensive grenade, because the flashbang's going to be more effective. It's going to do the job that you wanted to do. The defensive grenade, on the other hand, the pineapple grenades, this grenade, yeah. No, America is not slacker, and if you want a good example of that, just look up the Bureau of Ordnance.
Oh, wouldn't you want to wait for it to explode?
Yeah, obviously you want to wait for them to explode, but the theory behind the offensive grenades was it gave you a little bit more of kind of like a safety buffer.
Okay.
Battle is confusing, man. When you're trying to raid a trench and you don't have radios or comms equipment, and the only thing you have to communicate to the rest of your platoon is one dude going on a whistle, it gets a little confusing, and you might chuck a grenade into a trench that already has people in it.
Okay.
Aha.
Anyway, they did make the German grenades did have what was called a fragmentation sleeve that could be slipped around the outside of the grenade that would add a fragmentation effect to it.
Okay.
Yes, so it was a bug, not a feature.
For obvious reasons, offensive grenades aren't super popular anymore.
I haven't seen them lately.
Everyone just kind of uses fragmentation grenades, and even offensive grenades still create fragmentation, whether it's the very thin metal body of the grenade or whether it starts launching rocks because it landed on top of a bunch of them.
As one does.
Offensive grenades aren't super popular anymore.
Very true, slacker.
I think the Marines may have just adopted a new grenade. It's
Oh?
the Mark 21. And it's interesting because it's a green plastic-bodied grenade that is what you would classify as an offensive grenade. It doesn't produce very much fragmentation. But interestingly, you can stick them together. So you can make a giant stick of offensive grenades.
Okay.
I don't know why you would do that, but you could do that. So I remember seeing a bunch of
Yeah, Orc logic, there you go.
Teams of Marines just making like a 30-stick long thing of fragmentation grenades.
There you go.
There's actually a lot of countries that are using plastic grenades now. The Czech military, I believe, has one that's the URG-86.
That
is an entirely plastic-bodied grenade.
That looks like something you can pick up at Lowe's.
But it has a really interesting feature on it. It has a little lever on it that in one position, it's just 5-second delay. So you pull the pin, release the safety, and then the grenade goes off in 5 seconds. The other position is 5-second delay or impact detonation. So the moment the grenade hits something, it detonates. And then that's a way that you keep people from picking it up and throwing it back, potentially.
Okay.
Anyway, the URG-86
Don't drop it.
is really cool. I have a dummy one of them. I think hand grenades are fascinating. Can you tell?
Yeah, you seem to have a lot of information on them.
We are in a nearly 2-hour video on just guns that he's found in this. He has a lot of information on everything.
I think hand grenades are really cool. I think they're really interesting. To get completely off fucking topic, there is a flashbang grenade that is used in all kinds of media.
Okay.
Super popular in the early 2000s. You still see it periodically. There's a cylinder in the center, and then there's octagons at the top and bottom of it. And it has a differently shaped fuse, and then it has 2 pins for it, one of which is triangular, and the other of which is circular. What is that model of flashbang?
Did you see that newcomer who came into town? He helped out the doctor, came outside and talked to a grenade for an hour.
Has anybody ever seen that clip of the guy that put a flashbang grenade attached to an Amazon package to catch a porch pirate? Anybody see that?
It's the M84 stun grenade. So yeah, the M84 stun grenade, I saw that a lot in a bunch of different media, and I actually
the best thing I've ever
an
witnessed.
inert one of those when I was in Iraq. They wouldn't let me bring it back home with me, which was incredibly disappointing. I don't think the military really uses the M84 anymore, because this specific one is what is called a one and done stun grenade. It just goes bang really loud. And that's it.
Yeah.
Now they have ones that are what they refer to as like 3 bangers or 9 bangers, where they go off 9 times.
Wow.
It's just bam, 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 bam. It just keeps exploding.
But why though? Like, that is seriously an incident where somebody has pissed you off.
Like several seconds.
Yikes! All right.
But yeah, I remember seeing that grenade in a bunch of different media, and now they're like impossible to find anywhere.
Oh, in case they blinked?
Flashbang grenade that's a inert one. Yeah, there's another one that's the Mark 155 Mod 0 diversionary grenade.
Diversionary.
It's a practice grenade. And again, those things are like almost impossible to find. Or they're almost impossible to find inert ones. Those ones are interesting because it's literally just an aluminum tube that you screw a diversionary device into that looks like a grenade. Oh, and I completely forgot to mention.
Have one that plays uwu.
The Mills bomb, this one, that little hole in the center of it is, I'm pretty sure you screw a rod into that, and then you stick the rod down the barrel of your rifle, and then you fire a blank. And then it launches the grenade with a stick attached to it.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go, Hobbit.
Very long because they realized that it was kind of destroying the barrels of their rifles.
Little bit.
Like it would.
Yeah, so they didn't do that for very long. They eventually created a cup that goes on the end of the rifle that you drop the grenade into it, and then.
That's actually how when you see ships refueling and resupplying. That's actually how we do shot lines in the Navy. It's actually a blank, and you put it in the barrel of an M14, and then you essentially just shoot a line over to the other ship
and fire a blank, which is much better. I also have an inert white phosphorus grenade.
How many grenades, inert, of course, do you have in your possession?
Smoke grenade, M69 practice grenade, Mark 155. White phosphorus. British grenade.
More grenades than you have fingers on your hand.
And then the URG-86. So 7. I have 7 currently.
Okay.
Nice.
We don't really use the white phosphorus grenade that much anymore. And it's big. Like when you compare the white phosphorus smoke grenade to other grenades, it is huge.
Really?
And it's
Huge.
I wouldn't say twice the size. It's maybe like 25 to 30% bigger.
Okay.
Slightly bigger than a smoke grenade. The lethal burst radius of a white phosphorus grenade is like 25 meters. The average soldier can throw it 15 meters.
That's thinking.
Just like, oh, that's not good.
No.
That's stupid. Why would you do that? But you look at the white phosphorus grenade. So when you look at the white phosphorus grenade, it doesn't look like other grenades because it's got like a weird, I guess like beehive taper to the bottom of it.
Ice cream cone.
Yeah, it's got like an ice cream cone at the bottom of it, right?
Delicious.
The reason it's shaped like that is literally so that it fits into one of the cups to be fired out of a rifle grenade launcher.
Ah.
Because the average soldier cannot throw it far enough, so they had to make it so that you could launch it from a rifle grenade launcher, so you didn't blow yourself the fuck up with it.
I see.
WP grenades are kind of interesting.
No, they're not. I don't want any part of that.
Yeah. I haven't seen a lot of white phosphorus being used, which is probably for the best.
Yes.
The smoke grenade launchers on tanks use white phosphorus.
And naval ships use white phosphorus as well.
But they're smoke grenades, not white phosphorus grenades.
White phosphorus is smoke.
Oh.
The reason tanks use, so tanks have what are called grenade dischargers on them.
Those little things that stick up
inside the
there.
tank and it goes, doop. The reason they use white phosphorus on the tanks is because a standard smoke grenade makes a pop noise and then it burns and it takes a while for the smoke to build up. Tanks use white phosphorus because it is instantaneous. You push the button, the smoke grenades pop out, and within 1 second they have popped and spread smoke everywhere.
Hooray!
So the reason for that is because if you're in a tank and you're trying to make yourself not able to be seen very quickly, white phosphorus is kind of the only way to do it.
You're gonna need a lot of smoke fast.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why tanks use WP grenades.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I see.
Which means that if you have infantry supporting the tank and
They're having a bad day.
the tank suddenly decides that it doesn't want to be seen,
They're having
your
a really
infantry is going
bad
to be
day.
very fucking mad at you.
No, they're not, because they're gonna be having an extremely bad day.
If they survive, yikes.
Yeah. I don't even think the US issues the M34 white phosphorus grenade anymore. I'm sure you can still get them. I'm sure we have some in inventory.
You bet we
The
do.
interesting thing about the inner M34 that I have is there's a huge hole punched in the side of it. Because the way they render that grenade inert is by punching a hole in the side of the grenade and basically draining all the white phosphorus out and then rinsing the grenade out several times.
Yeah.
Usually they just destroy the grenades, so it's like the inert white phosphorus grenades are really hard to find.
Ah.
What you have is somewhat rare.
Yeah, because usually they just destroy them.
It's your retirement grenade.
Yay!
Yeah. That one and the two British L111 grenades that I have are kind of like the retirement grenades because like you can't find those ever. Anyway, now that I talked about fragmentation grenades for an extended period of time, I should get an inert stick grenade at some point.
Do
Really
it.
offensive German grenades.
Yes,
One of those
do
inert
it.
Stick grenades.
The grenades aren't Pokemon. You don't
Oh
have to
god, he has a hammer named Bruce. I don't want to know.
catch them all.
I like having them. It's nice. It's neat to have them.
Alright.
All right, well let's look at the Lewis gun.
Could change the receiver a little bit.
Yeah, none of these are actually the Lewis gun receiver. This is weird looking. It's okay, so they made it look kind of like a Lewis gun. Like that muzzle should not be there. The way this is should not be there because this is basically just a hollow shell that goes around the barrel.
That you talking about that ring?
I'm talking about this.
The
clearly
hammer's
looks like
dumb.
The barrel of a gun.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be there. The barrel would be actually recessed further down inside this tube.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, it's
I've seen a few Lewis guns. You know, the drum actually rotates. Yeah, it's like the DP-28, the Soviet record player. I think Stalin's record player or something like that.
got like a hole for
Oh, the Russian record player. Never mind.
water jacket, which again the Lewis gun does not have. The
Not
Lewis
water
gun-
cooled?
No, the Lewis gun is air cooled. And the pan on the top does not actually look like that. When you tip the Lewis gun over like this, you can actually see the rounds inside it.
Oh.
Yeah, this is weird. This is like a couple other guns bashed together
Yay!
to make a thing that looks like a Lewis gun. So many of the other guns in this mod are very, very accurate, but then this Lewis gun is like way off, and it's not bad.
Well, they can't all be winners. Again, we're in a post-apocalypse. People are doing their best.
Exactly.
They did a good job.
You can't judge them all.
A Lewis gun, but the Lewis gun didn't have an adjustable cheek rest on there.
Uh-huh.
The trigger is way too small for a Lewis gun. I'm not sure what the point of putting this thing on the front is because normally that would be like where you would attach a bipod. but it sticks out of the front on a sniper rifle.
Maybe it wasn't their attempt at making a Lewis gun. Maybe some guy named Louis had a gun, so it's Louis' gun. There's an apostrophe there.
Really?
That would make more sense than this being an actual Lewis gun.
There you go.
Hey.
From the top, that looks fine.
Neat.
It's got a good noise to it, though.
Yes, it
I like the
does.
noise. Also, when
That
you
is
fire
nice
the
to
Lewis gun,
hear.
this entire drum rotates.
Oh.
This is one of the few instances of a drum magazine actually working, and that's because it's not really a drum magazine. It's what's called a pan magazine.
Oh.
Which is different. There's not really any springs or anything in the Lewis gun.
So,
it works
fewer
based
moving
on
parts.
gravity and a ratcheting mechanism that just rotates it every single time.
The fewer moving parts that you put into a gun, the better off it is, I think.
Yeah, that looks
I'm
pretty
just
accurate.
saying, that's just my personal opinion.
That sounds pretty accurate.
Ooh.
Nice.
And if you ever find somebody that can reload that thing that damn fast, give them a job.
Nice.
Decently accurate. The pulling back of the bolt is only necessary if you have fired it until it is completely run out of ammo.
Seems like you could have some fun with this.
With how fast that stock dropped on there, I for a second thought that you had a Hotchkiss portative, or the like Benet Merci 1909 machine gun.
Benet
And I
Merci.
got really, really excited. I want you to know how excited.
I live in fear, knowing you people can reproduce. People have a negative attitude. That's what's stopping them.
Really, bitch?
I'm going to talk at you more about the 1909 machine gun. Rude to me. So the 1909 machine gun is like one of my favorite machine guns of all time, and it's because it's so weird. It feeds from magazine strips. It's not belt fed.
In a hurry? An important meeting, perhaps? Huh, I think not.
She's trying to escape. She will not be able to. There is no escape now, lady.
No.
Anyway, so it feeds from strips.
She actually sighed.
Feeds from strips, which is weird because most light machine guns feed from like.
Is anybody else seeing that meme of the guy with his arm wrapped around the woman's shoulder? He's explaining shit to
Bruh.
A belt, whether it's a cloth belt or a metal belt or even a disintegrating link belt. But this thing, it feeds from things that look like model railroad tracks. And that's one of the reasons that I like it so much. Also, it's really complicated and weird on the inside. It's really cool. It was the second machine gun that the US military adopted.
Yay.
And you might think, well, that's really dumb.
She said, ooh.
Why would you adopt such a clearly stupid machine gun design? And the reason is because the machine gun that it replaced was literally a hand-cranked Gatling gun.
It must be horrible to live in places without luxury.
Don't tell me the AI isn't listening.
I must say, the way you rattled off all this knowledge is very impressive.
Yes.
I'm so captivated by your personality. I will now follow you till the ends of the world.
Yes.
Cool, because I think you got a nice haircut.
Yeah? But that doesn't unlock Eldritch monstrosities.
And a Constable Cruel magazine.
Judge Dredd, Constable Cruel.
See, look, it's Judge Dredd, only it's not Judge Dredd, it's Constable Cruel.
Yay.
Cool.
I like that he's using an AK-47, but the gas block is upside down.
There you go.
The gas, that's
Yeah.
the gas tube for an AK-47, and it's on the bottom
Looks like a super soaker.
instead of the top.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Also, there's a weird lump in the stock. It's got a strange protuberance.
Yeah, it's true.
And then it has like an AR magwell for some reason. But it takes an AK mag. That's a weird looking AK. And it's doing like a 5-star flash is coming out of it, which you would only get from like, you wouldn't get that from the style flash hider that would normally
Constable Cruel is coming for your license.
be on an AK, which is like a shovel style of flash hider. Yeah, that's weird.
Guido is immune to your pesky firearms.
Guido does not respect the L1A1 rifle. You can get that weak shit out of here.
Greetings. I hope you're enjoying your evening.
Oh.
Any rifle that uses a falling bolt action is stupid.
Oh my goodness. I am continuously amazed. Every single time we see something from Zach, he just rattles this stuff off. And I've never seen anything quite like it. Like, I know a lot about 40K. I know a lot about, you know, other sci-fi. Even like I know a lot about sci-fi universes in general. I know about ironworking. I know a whole bunch of other stuff. But if you put me on the spot, I'd have to be in a very, very particular mood to be able to just go off like he does on these on any subject. Because, you know, my explanation gets ahead of me, you know. He just picks these things up and runs with them. Just completely runs with them in a manner that I'm just not used to seeing. So when I say that it blows my mind that he can just go off on tangents about this stuff, it's unbelievable to me to sit there and listen to him. He'll sit there, see a gun, and just go off for 5 minutes talking about where it is, where it's from, all this other kind of stuff. I can't do that about anything, even things that I know very, very well, unless I'm in an excessively particular mood about it. And even then, it has to be about subjects that I know like the back of my hand. He just sits there and picks up a gun in a game and just starts rattling off. This is the wrong receiver. This is how this is. This is flipped upside down. And it's just like, my God, dude. It's really one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in any subject, much less talking about weapons like he does. Warpugs, this is why I have enjoyed this so much. You guys first got me in to Mikeburnfire through the military stories, because I'm a veteran, and listening to him talk about Fort Polk and the, you know, trauma-inducing nature of Fort Polk and the anger management issues he had at Fort Polk. You sent me back to my own time in the military. But the whole everything past that, watching his gun rants, it's just amazing to me that he can just go off on these tangents. Because even like I was on a boat. I was on my boat for 4.5 years, and there's systems that I would still have to take a look at and just do a little bit of research in that I worked with to remember what all they did. And he just blasts out all this stuff about these rare guns, these rare companies, like him pointing out the actual model, the actual manufacturer of the bayonet itself. It's ridiculous to me. It really is. I was looking for a time to get this done. This is the longest, I think this is one of the longest live streams I've ever done. And I'm very happy to do it. This is one of the longest live streams I've ever done. And I'm glad to do it. Warpugs, if you're seeing this on YouTube, links are in the description down below. Yeah. Wow, guys. If you're catching this on YouTube, remember to hit the like and subscribe button. And yeah, go check out Mikeburnfire, because my God, the other guy's pretty much ignoring the user's manual. Warpugs, it has been a long stream. Thank you so much for joining me throughout. I am going to jump off of here because it is late here. It is very, very late here, and I got
get your fish stew here.
Fox Leader, we'll figure that out, because the part 2 of this, I'll have to figure out, see how long it is, everything like that, and we'll go on from there. But for everybody, if you got to go to work tomorrow, have a good day. If you don't, have a good day. I gotta go to work tomorrow. I gotta be up in 8 hours. Oh my god.